I
Just say it, bro.
I could tell why Nathan didn't want to do this anymore. This is
I'm just sitting here.
this is
I'm
upsetting.
just sitting here.
Caked in my own sweat.
All right. Anyway, welcome back to the Adventures of Venuru, episode 4. We are
Woo!
practically 1/4 of how many episodes of Tapped we had.
No way.
Whoa.
There's no way that we had 20 episodes.
We only had
wait.
20. Actually, we're 1/5 of the episodes of Tapped. Sorry.
I was gonna say,
There you go. Yeah, I'm like, we didn't have 16.
I went off our YouTube channel, which only had 19 uploads, because Tap died. Anyway,
what's tap? Nothing. Don't listen.
in the last session,
Shut the fuck up.
the party ventured, or began their venture to Stellawol, a kingdom in.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah, where's the introductions,
You
bro?
fucking little bastard.
I think everybody knows who we are.
No, we still need to do it because
Okay.
we need to do it every. That was the issue
Do you
last
need
time.
to do it every episode, though?
Yes, we do. You fuckers! It's a new episode. They don't know who we are. Who am I?
All right.
All right,
I'm
Evan,
starting with our
don't
idea.
mic spam. Goddamn, this is not
Okay.
SCP.
Okay, I'm Seth. I play the character Morark.
I am Evan, and I play the character Aster.
I'm Skylar, and I play the character Ilphis.
I'm Nathan, and I play Raditz.
I'm Jay, and I play Cyphus Willowglade.
And I'm Carson. I play God.
There we
He's
go.
gone.
Yay!
Yeah!
Actually, you play the
Alright.
Because
grind.
now the audience knows that we don't have someone here this
Yeah.
week.
We should talk about this in the back instead. Next
No,
time, instead of on
I'm
stage.
okay with doing this here because the
We,
audience
uh,
knows that this is how we do shit.
Hello, the audience that doesn't actually exist.
Hey, it's me. Hi, me.
Just
Well,
wait,
hey, how you doing?
Nathan. It's fine because we're not talking to our audience in 2020. This is the audience in 2022. When they've already seen us and we've done this for 2 years and we have a bigger following, now they want to rewatch
That's
the
not
older
gonna happen.
episodes.
That's not gonna happen.
What do
Hey.
you know?
Stop being pessimistic, bastard.
Oh
I'm not
You're gonna
pessimistic.
want
I'm
People are
realistic.
gonna want to hear me
Alright.
eat chili.
All right.
For
Are we ever
4
gonna-
hours.
I don't think anyone wants to hear you argue either.
He's right, you know.
Well, that's debatable.
Okay, you're funny.
Can we
Post
just?
in the comments if you want to watch a debatable episode.
It's not
Hey.
comments.
Hey, let's
Debatable
Let's start.
podcast.
let's
Well,
start.
it's gonna be on YouTube at some point.
All right. Well, let's actually start the game.
But are we really gonna read those YouTube comments? Like,
Oh my God!
okay.
Can we start?
all right, begin. Go.
Jesus Christ. All right. The party venured to Stellawol, a place in the south area of Venuru, in search to fix Aster's growing illness. On their way, they ran into a snowstorm and were forced to camp the night just on the border of Stellawol. During the night, they opened up to each other and called themselves brothers, some of them at least. During the night, they were attacked by a group searching for food. There were two of Morark's, I guess, enemies is what you could call them.
Bounties. more like.
Bounties. That works. Two orcs from the Wolves tribe. A heavy battle, a surprisingly heavily deadly battle. There you go. Heavily deadly battle ensued, and one of the knights traveling along with the party died in combat. I'm gonna click away from our general chat now. The party took a deserved rest as the snow fell onto the dead paladin's body. Keel and Fiver reconciling with each other about the event. It is now morning. The snowstorm has died down quite a bit since the previous night, or day, and it looks like you could travel, but a little.
We're stuck in a
slow.
blizzard.
Can I wake up?
Everyone can wake up if they'd like to.
Okay.
I'm waking up.
Oh. I should not have casted so much magic at once.
Oh.
Stop.
All right, can we
Oh my
stop?
God.
This is turning into another D&D campaign that I know of.
I'm gonna roll a
What are
con
you talking
save to
about?
see if I throw up or not, because I
Critical
casted
roll.
crap.
Whoa.
I did a crap ton of magic. I'm not used to it. All right.
Oh,
so
I was like, what's the
I don't
website
throw,
again? It's D&D.
I don't throw up, thankfully.
All right.
Whoa.
So who all? So wait, did I fell asleep in the tent that I was in previously? It wasn't destroyed or anything, right?
No, your tents were not destroyed. It was just the main.
Okay. Who all is in here with me?
It'd be Raditz and I think
Rackus.
no, Rackus was. Sorry, no, that's actually wrong. Cyphus, I think, and Ilphus were with you because Raditz, Rackus,
Okay.
and Aster were in another tent, and they questioned why Rackus was still up. So
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Do they look okay? Like, do they look okay?
Rackus, since you're the first one, I imagine who'd wake up. You find Rackus is already awake, carving at his new
He's fine.
wood carving. He looks completely fine.
Okay.
Barely touched in last
The
night's
second rat.
combat.
Have I didn't really get hit very much, but have like my wounds or whatever healed all right?
Yeah, you essentially took a very heavy nap.
Okay. I'm gonna remember like, oh crap, all of the knights and Fiverr got hit kind of hard by that orc.
Hmm.
I'm gonna rush outside,
Okay.
but I'm gonna grab my gear first.
All right. You leave. Rackus does not make any sort of movement. He's focusing on carving his new wooden sculpture. You exit your tent and turn around, essentially, to where the tent of the traveling band is, and it's still torn. The sleeping arrangements appear to be just bedrolls under tables, since there's no more roof.
Yeah.
There is. They're both up, Fiverr and Keel.
The others are dead, aren't they?
The white dragonborn is still sleeping, along
Okay, so
with
he's alive.
a similarly white baby kobold. And there's only one body that currently Keel and Fiverr are picking up.
And it's the human,
And
right?
it's the human, yes.
Alright.
Halil.
Yeah, I have his name written down. My notebook was buried. One second. All right. So I'm gonna walk over to Fiverr and Keel.
Okay.
I apologize for going to sleep so soon last night. That magic you told me about really hurt my head when I casted both of the things unknowingly.
Fiverr usually holds himself to like a high standard.
Yeah.
He never really cracks. But currently, and it's not even, you don't even need to read him. You can just see plainly on his face is a kind of grim look.
Yeah.
And he just, I imagine magic is difficult for newcomers.
It is very. It is a solemn day that we have lost a follower of Tiana. These wretched orcs. And I like gesture to the two heads on my belt.
Fiverr kind of looks at it and I'll ask about it later, but never mind. He picks up the legs of the now undonned, what is doffed paladin, and they begin to carry him off a little farther into the woods.
Should we
And,
not take his body back to Stellawol?
Fiverr says, to be fair, I don't know if I'm alright with the church, and he wasn't from Stellawol.
I suppose bury him in the woods would be alright. Should we say some final words to him before we bury him, though?
I mean, obviously you don't have to. You didn't travel with him.
No, but he was still a follower of Tiana and a brother of mine.
If you'd like, you can. You see, they begin, specifically Keel, begins to, with a shovel, move the snow away, creating a small rectangle, and begins to dig.
Alright, I'm gonna help her dig. Give the other party members a little while to do their own thing too.
Alright. Is there anything anyone would like to do during this time?
Eat.
Okay. So
That's a good idea.
Cyphus has breakfast.
Yes. Nom, nom, nom.
So, real quick, when I was zonked out, due to all the pain and stuff, Aster dragged me to the bed, right?
Yep.
To my bed. Okay. I just want to make sure.
Oh my
'cause I
god,
don't
you're
wanna...
a gonk droid. Sorry.
It took forever to realize that. All right. So Elvis is going to open his eyes and sit up in shock and feel around his chest, and then take a deep sigh of relief when he realizes he's not dead.
You feel around, and then you kind of nudge the head of a rat in your coat.
Ooh.
And Smokey peeks his head out, kind of sniffles at you. Not in like the sense of crying, but animal way.
Hey, Smokey. You alright too?
He climbs up onto your shoulder, and he rests kind of wrapped around your neck.
I'll take that as a yes. Good, I'm glad. I'm gonna slowly get out of bed and rub my head.
I'm gonna tell Ilfus you might want to keep him hidden.
No, I know. I already talked to Morak yesterday about. At least I think it was yesterday. What time is it?
So you two having this conversation outside of your tents? Because Ilfus
Depends on where Raditz is, because I thought it was inside the tent.
Raditz and there's two separate tents.
Oh. Alright, well, yeah, sure. If that makes sense, yeah.
I thought we were in the same tent.
No, because
Oh.
you woke up with Aster asking about why Rakkus was awake last session. I also
Sorry,
have
we
it
can
written down.
just say it's outside and keep.
Keep the continuity going. Woo!
So you can have
Anyway.
your conversation.
Cyphus finishes his chili.
I also had chili, bro. What the hell?
Doom, doom, doom,
It's,
doom.
it's not necessarily. If you'd like it to be chili, it's more like canned chili.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like that.
I was gonna say beans.
It's like that scene with Rorschach in Watchmen where he's eating the cold beans.
just beans.
I like that you brought up a Watchmen reference that only like two of us get.
Yeah.
And it's like a very obscure scene in the movie too. It's not like a hey, he's eating beans. He's just eating like cold beans.
It's just
with
him
kind of
eating.
sauce
He's
over it.
just sitting there. He's just he's just
Okay.
sitting there.
I don't pry apart every joke you make. Alright.
No, I don't think it was a joke, but okay.
Is Ilfus and Raditz still having a conversation, or?
Yes, I wanted to continue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where's? Oh, and then my eyes are just gonna kind of shoot open. Like, where's Ilphus? I mean, fuck. Whoops. I'm retarded.
You're
Where's,
Ilphus.
where's Aster? Sorry. Ah! I'm
Well
sorry.
done.
Y'all
You're-
mind if I have a
monkey.
retard?
Y'all, Aster's
Yeah,
just sitting,
you're a
Aster's
real
just sitting
monkey.
in bed, wait.
How is our wizard so dumb?
I was thinking about it for a hard 30 seconds, and I was like, I still messed up.
And you still fucked up.
Yeah, I still messed it up. I actually did not ponder Aster's name. I thought my name, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
I haven't seen him.
Sure, I
Just
need to
fucking
talk to him about something very important.
Yeah,
Well,
just in bed, dude.
I think he's back at the tent, if anything.
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna go to the tent that Aster, which should just be the other tent.
Yeah, it's the tent to your left, which is where you also stay, or you didn't stay at.
All right, I'm gonna walk in the tent now.
Alright, you just see Aster just sitting up, just rubbing his eyes and just.
Starting to look like Thanos, you know.
Oh, speaking of that,
Speaking of that, it's getting worse, and you're going to die now.
Esther, you're currently at 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh,
So
what does that mean?
let me real quick pull up exhaustion rules again. If I can find them on my board.
When you wake up, but you're still tired.
So your speed is halved.
Oh,
So you move at 15 feet walking speed now.
oh no.
You can see
It's a good thing we have a
when you
cart.
walk in, there are now black veins inching up his neck.
Hey, so Aster, whoa. Are you okay?
I'm tired, but yeah, like.
I
Never
don't know.
better.
I don't know if. Do you have like a mirror or something you can look at? Cause
Do
you're.
I have a
getting-
mirror?
Not unless you
I
actually.
cast a mirror. I don't know.
Not unless you actually have a mirror, which, judging from your background, I don't think you do.
I have a mirror. Is my
Well-
sword reflective?
I,
No, it's not reflective. It's made of quartz.
I would
know.
say it's a little stained right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, it probably is.
So, same with everyone's blades, unless they want to clean them. But no, you
Do I
don't
see myself?
exactly have a way of looking at yourself, but you can look at your
Wait.
shoulder.
What about my shackles? Oh, you can't see anything through because it's ice. Forgot. Whoops.
All right, I'll have a gander at my shoulder.
God, is every session gonna be like that last session where you started talking about horses?
Horses, the horses.
How did we know we could ride horses? You look at your shoulder.
Wait, you're
It's peeling back your clothes. You see, it's starting to trail more down your arm. And it's starting to go onto your chest.
Oh no, that doesn't look good. Nope.
Actually, I came in to talk to you about last night. If I have the time frame. I don't know how long I was out for.
What time is it exactly?
We'll say it's 8 in the morning if we're gonna say by now standards.
Alright.
Okay.
You had to essentially re-rest when you went to bed because you were interrupted.
It makes sense. So, yeah, what do you want to talk about? There's probably a lot you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And there's
If
a lot I
you-
want to talk about.
Well, before I continue, what is it you wanted to talk about?
I have questions, and you probably have the same questions. But you know, you go first, I guess. Because I don't know how
Alright,
to explain my
well-
questions.
Let's get straight to the point. Whatever weird thing you did where you could fly, if that summarizes it good enough.
Yeah, I don't know what that was actually. Do you know? That was
I
my question.
I have some semblance of an idea, I guess.
All right.
Now, I'm not too sure about what that was, but I've done a lot of reading and research on every species I can,
Mhm.
and can safely say you or whatever that was, if that even is still you, is a mythical creature of kind. It's a bit rarer than most, if that makes sense.
That as his eyes just widen in surprise. It was just, and then he's, yeah,
Before
that
we
makes
continue this
sense.
conversation, does anyone else want to do anything? Because I don't want to take the spotlight for too
Yeah.
I'm digging a hole.
Go.
long. Hey, gotcha.
Do your thing.
So, I don't suppose you're familiar with what an ASMR?
I have no history of an ASMR, correct?
Well,
Just making sure.
Okay. No, you have no clue.
No. What is an ASMR?
well,
Same.
from what I can remember, ASMR are essentially beings of light. They're related to the heavens, and they're celestial beings. Now,
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming, judging by what I said last night, or what I saw last night, per se, is that you're not an evil SMR, because you still have those holy things about you. The aura, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that one makes sense.
And from what I can recall, there's only been about 3 known types of SMR. I don't remember what they all do, but I know that you're definitely.
Hmm.
I don't mean to scare you or anything. If anything, you should feel better because you're rare, I guess.
Oh boy.
I don't have experience with telling people they're ASMR, so you have to work with.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have experience with being one, apparently, or maybe I do. I don't have memory of
Wait,
it though.
hold on. Before I continue, Evan, you told me. Did you talk? Did you tell me that you don't remember any of your past?
Yep.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to take things out of context.
Mhm.
Wait, so if you're an SMR and earlier last night you said you didn't remember anything about your past.
Not a thing.
Not a thing. Well, I could have no doubt that this these are both related.
You know, I would be bold enough to make that kind of assumption as well.
No, you wouldn't. You don't know.
I don't know, but I can make an assumption.
I know.
Again, I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm just I don't really have knowledge beyond books of these creatures, so I'm sorry if I seem a little hesitant.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna be out getting some sunlight. If you want to join me, you can. I understand if your ordeal by your arm is getting worse, you might need some more rest. I'm just off.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, again for another time. Sorry if I startled you with that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna walk out at
And
10.
no, actually, hold on. Well, thank you, because at least I'm now a step closer to knowing what exactly is going on.
I stop at the tent opening. Turn
Ooh,
around. Yeah, no problem. The more we both know, the better, right?
exactly. We're a team now.
Yeah, team. Anyways, I'll see you on the flip side. And I'll walk out.
Okay.
And I walk out.
I will lie down.
You say that.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do before the hole is done being done?
And I take back over.
Ooh.
All right.
No, I don't think there is.
So, I'll say, roll just a athletics or strength check.
I'll
Yeah,
roll athletics because I have one more point in that. I got a 21.
Okay. So I'll say with the combined effort of you and Keel, you both managed to dig a fair enough burial site in about
Mhm.
an hour.
Whew. All right.
And Keel kind of lightly puts his body in first, and then climbs back out. She goes, well, if you're going to say words, now would be the time.
I'll look at Fiverr and see if he wants to speak first.
Fiverr will go and say, Malil was a new knight of ours, and, well, we didn't know him for that long. We enjoyed at least a tiny bit of his company here. For being one of the few people who would follow me, unlike, well, the church. I hope he does find whatever life he was looking for in the afterlife. And that's all he says.
All right. I'll step forward, my head bowed in respect. I did not know him very well, but he was a follower of Tiana, and that makes him my brother. I hope Tiana's light guides him into the afterlife, to some grassy groves where he can finally be at peace. He was taken too young, but hopefully he has an eternity of peace and good natured around him the rest of the way. And then that's all Morark will say.
Keel will just bring out a flask and drink from it. She doesn't say anything.
Metal.
Yeah.
Alright, should we start putting the dirt back now?
Keel nods her head and then begins.
Alright. I'll start shoveling some more too. Should I roll?
Sure.
That fell off.
Natural
This one will
20.
be. No, I got a 19 though. This will be 25.
Okay.
I'm really good at moving dirt.
Dude, that's all I need.
With the combined effort, you manage to refill a hole of dirt in about 35 minutes.
Whoa!
So what is everybody else gonna do during these 35 minutes, huh?
Watch.
Watch paint dry.
Yes. Watch hole get filled.
Alright. Well, we'll assume that we just finish it, and then I'll head back to the encampment to go ahead and start packing up everything.
Okay. The swords of Tiana begin to pack up what's remaining of their tent, including the tables and their chest, onto their cart. The horses appear to be fine. And it's not as hard as a task to pack up your tents, since they're smaller. You pack it up and put it onto their cart, and you get into yours.
I wish to talk to Mork real quick.
Okay.
Before we get on the carts or while we're on the carts?
Before we get on the carts, but like while we're loading up.
Alright.
Morark. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think you've noticed yet, but Esther's having a
Bit of issues.
What?
It's getting worse.
Your mic went really bad real quick.
Dude, it legit sounded like-
bad.
Hey, more. I think after. Hey,
I apologize. I don't know what it's just
those boxes.
legitimately the Discord connection is just garbage.
Oh, it's bad.
Like it went from 3 to 1 immediately.
Understandable.
Under.
Must be a you guys thing. Mine's
Alright.
fine.
Yeah, anyways,
Start again.
yeah, Mork. Esther's having
Oh, yeah.
serious problems. We really need to get to some sort of healer or something.
Of course. This will be the last day of travel, but seeing as we kind of slept in, and we had a burial, we'll probably arrive very late tonight or early tomorrow.
I'm fine with that. We just need to hurry. If he's not going to die.
Well, if all else fails, and I just kind of like tap the hilt of my great sword, and then just like motion towards my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, good you understand, because otherwise I'd have to say it out loud, and I do not know which ears are listening to this conversation
Right,
right
right,
now.
yes.
Did you sleep okay last night?
Well, as well as you can when you just had the crap beaten out of you.
Yeah. I think I almost choked on my own vomit last night, to be honest, but thick neck kept me alive, Casted way too much magic.
Oh, I get that.
Well, you don't. You're a spellcaster.
Well, I recently got these powers. I had to go through the same sort of learning curve.
Well, that is understandable, I guess. You can't just, start, doing high-level magic right out the gate.
Yes, and sadly, where I glean my power, it's not the most forgiving, because I gained quite a bit of it and almost instantaneously thinking about it. But anyways.
Well, yeah. Are we all set to go? You got everything?
Wow. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute here.
I should probably go check on Aster. See how well he's
so-
doing right now.
Okay. Alright, apologies. My headset died.
We could still hear you.
Oh, I know. I just couldn't hear you.
Ah, valid. I'm gonna go check on Aster real quick.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk over. Hey, Aster. Is anybody else near him?
Ilphus is outside of the tent. So, no, I don't think so.
Okay, well, as I'm walking into the tent, well, we're packing up the stuff, so would Aster still be inside the tent?
No, he would be sitting on your cart.
Okay. Ilphus, are you near Aster?
I would assume so.
Okay. I just need to know who I have to say hi to.
I'll say
Hey,
hi.
Aster.
Hi.
Hey, Ilphus. How did you all sleep last night?
I've slept better, I guess you could say.
Same. I'm
Ah.
tired.
Yeah, let me look at that arm if you don't mind.
Not at all. I'll just try to move my shirt off. the best
Before
I can.
you say anything, it's not getting any better, I can assure
Oh, I don't expect it to get better. I just want to see how bad it is to know if I got to... And then I'll just kind of look at Ilphus and then just with my eyes glance towards my greatsword.
Right.
Do I notice this?
Unless Warwick is trying to.
I'm trying to
subtly-
sneakily do it. I'm trying to
Okay,
sneakily do
Then
it.
I would say roll a weird stealth check.
Okay. I'm probably gonna fail this stealth check, by the way. Oh, I rolled an 18 and I have a +2 in it, so that's an unnatural 20.
Okay, and I'll say, Aster, you can try to roll a perception check.
I rolled an 18 and I have a +1 in wisdom.
Wow. So you are playing real close attention.
Ooh.
But
Does he see it though?
somehow you think Morak is glancing off at something else? Something off in the woods, perhaps to where the orcs came from? And then looks back towards Ulfus.
But anyways, let me look at the arm. How's it looking, Lucky? Shoot it to me straight.
So it looks, how did you put it? It's like if well, quite literally like it's,
If you injected mud into your body,
yeah,
like right inside your veins.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
How far up the neck is it going?
I would say it's under the chin.
Imagine making refried beans out of black beans and then injecting it into your veins.
I see.
Imagine.
Is it like all the way down the length of his arm?
For his arm, I would say it's like just about his elbow.
Okay. Well, it looks like we still have some time. If it gets any worse and it, goes up to your eyes or something, we could be looking at, not sitting pretty, so to speak. Don't worry, we are packing up. We will arrive at Stellawol either really late tonight or early next morning.
I see.
But either way, I don't plan on making a stop or anything. We plan on just this being our last trip there, straight shot.
Alright. Do you know what would slow the process the best? Like, is there any medicine at all, or?
I'm gonna have to ask the DM for that. Would I? And no,
Not at
Okay.
all.
I would figure not, but
Do you
not
think-
really. Unfortunately, I'm not the medicine person. I got big sword. I chop things in half. But I don't know too much on the black liquid. I just know you're not supposed to drink it, which unfortunately the stupid idiot that bit you seems to have. Or maybe it was forcibly put down his throat. Either way, you now have it inside you, and we have to get it out. But I cannot do that.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Ilvis, just keep an eye on him. If you see the, veins going up to his eye, just let me know.
I'll do my best.
Okay, thank you very much. And I'll pat each of them on the back, and then I'll head over to Cyphus. Also, pizza's here. Give me 1 second.
Okay. So I'll say that everyone will be getting onto their carts when this next conversation happens. Cyphus, you'll be dragged away from the cart, like 10 feet by Morak. And then we'll pick up when he gets his pizza. I guess it's pizza time.
Pizza time.
So
So.
that reference earlier was Tale of the Droth, by the way. When we were talking about steak, I think.
Alright, I apologize for my absence. I was grabbing a ration from the cart.
Okay, so before you guys get on to your carts and leave, Morak, you pull Cyphus aside and
Hey, Cyphus.
Hmm.
Your chains, if you don't mind me asking. Why is the magic on them cold and not hot?
I'm not sure. Just kind of happened.
I see. I didn't know if it had anything to do with, like, how they kept you or anything. But I just want to let you know, brother to brother, that I want to see your quest, and I put that word in quotes, all the way through. If your desire is to be rid of these chains, I want to help you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Of course. We are family now, so.
Cool.
But don't expect too much out of me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But also keep an eye on Aster and Nilthus. I don't want Aster turning, but I think we could probably make it to Stellawol before the infection gets too dire.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Thank you. We should probably head out soon, so I will be seeing you.
All right.
And then I'll give him a little clap on the shoulder and start packing up the carts again.
Okay. Is there any conversation that would like to happen before you take off?
I had all mine.
Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
Keel begins to kind of push out the snow from the cart wheels. And I'll say make a vehicles land tool proficiency check with disadvantage.
Two.
Nani?
Raditz, since he's
Okay.
the coach head.
So what would that be? Proficiency bonus plus intelligence mod?
Yeah, it's the same thing for all tools.
That's not good, Chief.
16?
Okay, that's not bad.
It ain't great, but it ain't bad.
Jesus.
Did I key my cart?
Fiverr, you actually somehow managed to get through the snow despite how compact it is. You still have to take your time with it, but you're getting through all right. Fiverr, he is moving at snail's pace.
Ivers?
Yeah, he seems to be distracted and not really in it right now.
Would I notice this?
Yeah.
I take a bite of beef jerky. Raditz.
Yeah, what's up?
Also, I'm walking alongside the cart just to make sure that my party members have enough space.
Mm-hmm.
How am I faring on the snow? Is it compact enough to like keep me above it?
Yeah, it's compact enough to keep you above it, but it's hard for the wheels to control themselves.
Okay. Is it just me or does Fiverr seem a little off?
Off? Yeah. He definitely seems off. I didn't even trust him from the start, to be completely honest with you. But,
Well, I don't mean like that. I just mean he seems distracted, I think the word is.
well, especially today, I could see why, but, didn't you think it was strange that he just wanted to move on rather than give that man a proper burial?
I mean, yes, but it seems to me like he is not on good terms with the church. I won't press him why, because I do not know if he will tell me the truth. But I should still speak to him. He's still a follower of Tiana.
Just because you follow a religion doesn't necessarily mean you have the same motives, or the same way of which you want to get to that conclusion.
You speak truth, but I must give him the benefit of the doubt.
Very well. Just be careful.
Of course, you got my back, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. And then I'll kind of like pick up the pace a little bit to reach Fiver's cart,
Okay.
even though since it's a snail's pace. I mean,
You would have to go back for it, but yeah.
I got you. Oh, I thought he was ahead of us.
No. Rackus is doing fine. He's not.
Okay, so I go back to Fiver.
You mean Raditz?
God damn it.
Same thing. A Fiver.
Kind of staring at the snow. Yeah.
I hate to bother you, but you're going a little slow. Do you mind potentially picking up the pace?
Yeah, I'll certainly give that a try.
Also, while I'm at it, bugging you, that is. What's bugging you, besides me?
Well, to be fair, I haven't been to Stellawol in a while. And I lost one of my knights. So,
Well, let me make something clear, Fiver. You did not just lose a knight. A brother was taken from you by the vile scourge that are the wolves of the mountain. Now, that is my quest.
That's another thing. Yeah. Why do you have their heads?
This is my quest. I am to seek these orcs out and eradicate them from the face of the earth.
That's okay.
They are not good, as you saw last night. They are not good orcs. They are evil. Their sole purpose in this life, whatever they want to call it, is just to harm others. And I will not stop until each one of them is either dead or, surrendered to the church. Seeing as none of them have surrendered, I doubt the next batch will.
Mhm.
But do not feel bad on yourself. It's not your fault that he died. To be honest, I don't think even a paladin that's been with the church for years could have taken one of them on. That is why I am chosen, not one of their best.
Well, I did run from the fight.
And I honestly would have advised your knights to do the same. I do not shame you for it. Although it is cowardice, it was cowardice to keep yourself alive. And I can respect that.
He kind of ponders for a moment. Then he says, thanks, Monarch.
Of course. I know I'm not the, what do they call it? The person you sit in the room with and talk about your feelings with?
Therapist?
I think that's it. I don't know. I've never visited one. But I know I'm not one of them. But I tried to be honest and at least, help. Just don't dwell on it too much. I know he was your knight and he was probably, even though you didn't know him for long, a friend. Just know that I respect your decision. And no matter how the church sees it, I will vouch for
it. He doesn't reply to that last statement, but he focuses more on the road and he does seem to pick up the pace a little bit.
Good. I'll give him like not necessarily like a creepy, but a warm smile. Hey, good job, man. And then I'll head back up to the front car with Raditz.
All right.
And then
Let me see here.
then I go up to Raditz and I go, I think I got through to him, but I'll still keep an eye on him.
Yeah, do that.
How are the others faring, Lucky?
Like as in the knights, or as
Just everybody in general. Like, how did the Knights look when I visited Fiverr's car?
The Dragonborn is currently holding the baby kobold in his lap, kind of watching over him. Keel is also walking alongside the cart, and she's kind of trying to help guide Fiver. And their morale seems fair for what transpired, but at the same time, it has like the hint of grim in it.
Yeah. It's like they feel like they know that they
God damn it.
succeeded, but at the same time, they didn't feel like they succeed.
Yeah. As for your group, how does everyone feel?
Like, what are you all showing?
I just want to get to the town and deal with Aster's shit.
Okay. I'll go one by one. So I just heard Reddit. How does Aster look? Like, what does his face portray?
I am tired.
Okay. How does Ilphus look? Oh wait, Ilphus. Oh, there he is.
I'm looking down at my rat.
Looking.
Looking.
I cringe at that thought.
Look.
Good.
How is Cyphus looking?
Edgy.
All right.
He's
Wow.
not.
Nothing new there.
He's like on the borderline of giving an edgy monologue about how his mom died and goblins came and killed him.
Darkness. No parents.
Where's Rachel?
In
But-
Rakis,
Hey, Joker.
he's carving. It's odd when you stare at him because it doesn't look like he has any sort of expression, nothing of like a focus or determined expression, but kind of just entirely blank as he sculpts.
Take note of that.
Um,
Looks dead inside. Okay.
I will turn every piece of wood into a statue.
um,
Alright. The rest of the way, Morark will just walk and read his book and study.
Okay. Eventually, Keel will walk over to your guys' cart, and in her hands, she is holding the baby kobold, and she says, Jinfis needs a break from babysitting. Would any of you like to care for it, or...
Does it look gross?
By gross, do you mean like, does it look...
Does it look like a rat?
So wait, is he asking everybody here or
Yeah.
just?
No, I'm asking the DM. Like,
No,
No, I meant the guy with the big.
oh,
the Keel's...
Yeah.
The,
He's talking to all of us, right?
Yeah, she's talking to
Okay.
she.
She.
I guess I have some experience taking care of littler ones.
Okay. If no one interjects, and she kind of gets onto your cart, as stuffed as it is, and kind of passes the baby to you.
I take him in my arms.
Okay.
Have him play with the rat.
I would like you to make a animal handling check.
Dog, here we go.
It's a
Oh,
baby,
those are-
not an animal.
in a
Nope.
certain point of view.
Nope.
17.
From a
17.
certain point of view.
Okay. That's actually really funny. So you grab
What,
onto
my statement?
No, well, both. Okay. You grab onto the baby, and it's holding a snow globe-like orb, and it begins to gnaw on it. And then Smokey comes out and kind of patters onto its stomach, and then kind of lays down on its stomach, and the baby, being kind of active, chewing on this orb, begins to kind of fall asleep with it in its mouth, and then cradles up to you, Ilphus.
Yes, I've done it. I'm in. Alright, nobody say anything. I don't want him to wake up. Please. For the sake of all of us in this cart right now.
I mean, yeah, all you have to do is ask. We like, yeah.
Thank you. The last thing I want is a crying child.
I can't speak for Raditz though. If Raditz wants to do something, he can do it.
Whatever works. Just try to keep it down to a minimum.
A what? A dull roar?
Whatever's dull-ish, I suppose.
Okay. So, if there's any conversation that's like to be had during the travel,
Hey Raditz, look at this rune. It looks like a penis.
Yeah, it does.
I like that that's an actual conversation that we just had.
any other conversations?
I have baby.
Okay.
That is all.
How far away are we from Stellawol?
You travel, actually, not too far. You know more. You're in Stellawol, but you're now approaching the capital.
Okay.
And it's about, I would say, it's about, if we're looking at our clock system, 4 p.m. And you begin to approach a sign,
Mm-hmm.
and it splinters off into 3 directions. One of which has a kind of a X across of it. And the middle one, which points straight down the current path you're going.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Would I know where that one with the X on it leads to?
That you actually, so you know that's where the sinkhole opened up.
Okay.
The one that turns to the right has Imdal written on it, which is a small town. And then the one pointing down directly to where you're going currently says Najima, or Najima.
All right.
Did I get
Najima is the capital, so that's the direction I'm gonna point.
Oh, a lot of spider bites. You continue down the path, and it begins to reach night. Unfortunately, due to the lackluster performance of Favor's cart, it slowed you down slightly,
Mm-hmm.
and it's night. and you don't see any welcoming city yet.
We should probably keep on going. Aster is getting worse by the second.
Rakus kind of stops sculpting. Let me. Okay. He kind of puts away a half sculpted wooden bird, and he says, kind of extremely monotone, Raditz, if you need me to take over the cart, I can.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Um,
Can we not stop though? Can you just keep going through the night? I know you haven't slept much.
Rakus says, It's fine, I can keep going.
Sure?
Yes.
I'm worried about you too. Aster's in bad shape, but you know,
Dude,
you
I'll
gotta
help.
look out for.
I light a torch and I kind of like move about 10 feet ahead of the cart.
Okay.
To like illuminate the path and like help guide.
I'm curious. Let me. Everyone here has dark vision, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Except for Fiverr, is he a human or elf?
Fiverr is an elf, and
Okay.
Keel is a dwarf. The only one, technically speaking, who isn't attuned to the dark is the Dragonborn, and he is currently resting.
Okay, never mind then.
Even our human has dark vision. Wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm variant.
No, it's because of your subclass.
This is
Oh, true.
this
Sorry,
is-
I'm an idiot.
This
You're
is how it's
dumb.
gonna be.
A
Okay.
beholder took my page.
A beholder took your page.
Yeah. My character sheet is gone.
Oh,
A beholder took it.
Oof.
maybe the website crashed. That'd be unfortunate.
Error code B44AA96812CB42.
You have to, if it doesn't fix itself on refresh, it's just gonna take a little bit.
Understandable.
And beholders.
Rakus takes the reins, and you see. Well, people normally at this point would have kind of a dark exterior under their eyes.
Bags under our eyes.
Yeah. He is straight faced. He doesn't show a hint of exhaustion.
Weird flex, but okay.
And he takes the reins and. Let me see here. Okay. He's a little bit slower taking the reins and leading it, but you continue forward without a significant problem. Is everyone going to sleep while this is going on? Or
I'm gonna
rest?
stay ahead of the cart. Like not like 10 feet, but probably like 5 feet ahead of the
Okay,
just
for
to, like,
how
keep
for how
watch.
long are you gonna do that?
Could I go the rest of the way to Stellawol without like passing out or anything?
Who or could you?
Yeah, like could I?
I would say since you're walking, I'd say you'd face a point of exhaustion.
Well, I mean, I understand the exhaustion. I'm just saying like without passing out or like
No,
anything like that. Okay, because I can rest once we get there. I just don't want to.
right. Okay, so I'll assume everyone uncomfortably sleeps on the carts,
Except for me.
except
We
for
gotta get to town.
You see the Dragonborn takes the reins of the cart, and he kind of snaps his fingers, and four glowing orbs of light kind of float ahead of his path. And he guides the cart as Fiverr kind of goes back into his cart and kind of sits down and meditates.
Okay. Is Keel still walking alongside the cart, or is she?
She is sleeping now.
Alright.
It
So
takes
who's driving
about...
the cart right now? Is it Rackus?
It's Rackus.
Alright, DM, let's see how good you are. I'll walk over to Rackus.
Okay. Wow, I feel like I'm being called out.
I offer him a piece of beef jerky. I'm like, hey, Rackus, yeah, you like some beef jerky to help keep you up?
Anything to keep the hero up? Yes.
I hand him a piece of beef jerky.
He kind of struggles and he takes it and kind of throws it into his mouth, kind of gnawing on it, focusing on driving the cart first.
Does he look tired?
No.
Okay.
He kind of has the energy of if you had just woken up.
But he doesn't look it.
But he doesn't. It doesn't look like he's groggy.
That is impressive, I must say. Being able to, keep that straight face like that.
What do you mean?
Not looking tired. Like no bags or anything, you know? I always have bags, but that's because I'm an orc. Half, anyways. Look at me ramble.
I just don't feel tired anymore.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Neither do I, but Stellawol is ahead, and I can rest when we get there.
Oh, alright, I'm back.
Thank
Welcome
you
back.
for announcing that.
Hey guys, me Cypher's here.
No one was aware that you were gone, but okay.
I had to post it in every Discord. I did it in every single Discord I was
some
in.
people are here that are mad at you.
Well, they're mad at me? Why?
Gamble Fist. Who is advertising in my Discord? John.
Oh, it's me. Sorry.
Uh-oh, John. What did you do?
Anyways, back to my conversation. When I look ahead, I know I only have like 60 feet of dark vision, but do I see any lights or anything up ahead?
No, you don't.
To my knowledge, should I have started seeing lights by now?
Let me post it on my page as well.
Not by now, no, but you feel like it's mainly because you were slowed by the slowness of Fiverr's cart and the kind of slower pace Rackus is currently taking rather than Raditz.
Alright. No, he's asleep, so I won't do anything. Okay. Well, I'll look at Rackus. And I'll ask him, what were you carving earlier?
He kind of reaches into his pocket and quickly pulls out a half-carven wooden sparrow. He kind of places it on the seat next to him. Or on, technically, his seat, but just the extra space it has.
Does it look good?
Let me roll that for him right now.
Why did you post that image?
It looks
Did you post the-
really
Why did you
decent,
post the
actually.
image of Mr. Krabs summoning something?
Cyphus?
Sorry, I'm looking at this photo. of
This
Mr.
is
Krabs,
exactly like
summoning-
last session when you all of a sudden went, how did we know how to ride? We could ride horses.
I was confused.
Why are you the one who always does this? Ask the stupid questions.
Sorry, I'm trying to host it
Can
on
you
my
swallow
Twitch
your
page. What is
Oh
the
my
Steam
God.
manager now? What did they do to this
Okay,
thing?
I'm
Sorry.
gonna server mute him. Problem solved.
He's been quiet the whole time, but he only comes back to talk, and when he does, it's always stupid. God damn it, Jay.
Okay. Anyway,
So you said it looks decent, right?
it looks decent. The current side that's carved, you can clearly see the winged feathered outline of it. It's very intricately made.
It looks pretty nice, I must say.
Yep. Very nice.
Why do you carve birds?
Well, he also reaches back into his pocket and he pulls out a rat and places it there.
A rat?
A wooden rat.
Okay. Just making sure, you know.
Is it a real rat?
Do I know it's a wooden rat? Do I have to roll perception?
No, its tail is as flat as a board.
Yes, but it is still in the shape of the rat. And it is dark outside just now. I
But
only
you-
see in black and white. I'm just playing. So you only draw animals then? I like point a finger at him like, gotcha.
Yeah, I do. It's just a side hobby.
The way that now the way that you said that, Lucky, was that intentional?
Whatever do you mean?
Like, yeah, it's just a side hobby. It's nothing too great. Like just trying to
I will
like
say
dismiss
there's
it.
there's a sudden kind of movement of emotion when he says that, and then it goes back to just being flat.
Okay. Okay. I'll leave
Thank
it there.
you to Nasby for hosting our stream.
Sorry, I had to. I forgot to do it.
That's all good.
I'll make note of that though.
Okay.
But I'll leave it there and I'll just be like, okay. Let me know if you're getting too tired and I can knock Raditz in the back of the head again to wake him up, you know.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be straight with you. I don't think we'll make it to Stellawol in the next few hours. It will probably go till morning of tomorrow.
I'll be fine.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. But after, that'll be a different story.
Is it working? Is it hosting?
Perhaps.
Sorry, I don't know why we're doing this now.
It says it
There
on
is
the
there.
stream, yes.
Alright, it's doing it. Okay.
And then I'll move back to my 5 feet in front of the cart and resume being point man.
Okay. Excuse me.
You're excused.
About.
My voice.
So, how long does Morak keep walking?
He's just gonna keep trekking on.
So
His mentality is, I'll rest when we get to Stellawol.
6 hours pass,
Oh my goodness.
and let's see.
So what time is it?
4, 5 in the morning. So
Okay.
sun is just barely. Actually, no. Sorry, that's wrong. There is no sun yet.
Yeah, it's winter.
It's winter. Time.
It's high noon. But so do I see any city lights or anything now?
You do begin to see lights. Yeah.
Oh, thank
Um,
Theon.
2 watchtowers sit atop of in the far distance, a wall. And both kind of have torches
wall.
atop of them.
Okay. What is standard procedure like? How far do carts and stuff have to stay back?
Normally the gate is always closed, and they must ask permission to enter.
Okay, I don't want, like, because I don't know if it's like hey, carts and all those kinds of things have to stay like 30 feet back from the gate
Right.
or anything like that.
Um,
But I'll kind of like get like invigorated with a little bit of adrenaline, like seeing that, hey, there's the wall. Like, look back. Is Raka still driving the cart?
yep. Rackus is still. It looked like he hadn't moved an inch since your last conversation.
Okay, weird. I'll make note of that. Rackus, I'm going to run ahead and announce our presence to the gatekeepers. Go ahead and start waking the others, if possible.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start running ahead to like get to the gate.
Okay. For the rest of the party, I'd like you to roll perception with advantage to wake up. As for Morark, you hear a loud booming voice come from Rackus that essentially says, "Wake up!"
Awaken my masters!
So if I could get.
I got a
some-
15.
Okay, Ilphus wakes up. Actually, uh-oh.
Does the baby wake up with me?
Who said that?
Dude, what did you just say?
Does
Who's
the
of
baby-
that?
I said who said that?
Me, I said that. Does the baby wake up with me, Carson? The child.
Who determined that?
I'm asking you if he wakes up.
That's actually true, though, Sky.
That's a roadblock
And he
we'll come to.
does anything. Mork, write that down. Write that down.
You're talking a lot of shit for somebody that's within greatsword distance.
Talking a lot of shit for someone.
Crusade.
There's a crusading distance, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there, Lightning McQueen.
So what did you roll,
No, hold on,
Raditz?
I've gotten a
Speed.
2.
2?
Speed.
Resident sleeper.
You rolled 2 with wait,
We get
with
some
perception
Resident Sleepers in chat.
advantage?
Oh, hold on. Let me re-roll that then.
Jesus.
3.
3.
With your perception bonus.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I think that's... What is that?
Don't you get passive perception
Four.
if it's under it?
6.
Can't you like never actually get under your your regular perception
No.
though?
It's passive perception is meant for things such as stealth when you're not attempting. So essentially, if you roll stealth, it's a combat versus the passive perception of the person you're stealthing from. Unless the person wants to dedicate looking for you, which then they make a perception check, which then they have a chance to get higher than their passive perception check.
Hey, Dean.
Yes.
Quick side note. Say you ask us to make a perception check. Could we use our passive perception, or do we have to make that check?
I could say you could make the passive perception check because you're passively looking around, not so much you're attempting.
You
to
don't
look.
care as much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, if you saw what I just did, I wrapped myself up like a fucking burrito. It was amazing.
Yes, we
I'm
saw
so,
you.
I'm so proud of you.
I legit like laid out in my bed and I was like, okay, and I just rolled around my headset on. And I was just like,
Fun fact,
oh.
you don't
How did
face
we
it. You were actually retarded.
how did we know
What?
you could how did we know we could wrap ourselves in burritos?
What?
I did not.
How did we know we could also ride horses?
Can we?
You know, I have the power
So-
to kick you from this call too. But I won't. Because we're cool.
Raditz.
Chill, bro.
You just threatened the DM, mate.
fails to wake up somehow. I guess he was just that exhausted from driving the cart. But
I got a 16, by the way.
Aster,
I'm waiting to
Ilphus,
say
and
that.
Cyphus, what is your perception check with advantage?
Resident sleepers in chat.
I got a 16.
I got a 7.
Hold on, actually, let me see what it is.
17?
No.
That's
I got
with
an 8.
advantage.
Oh, it's with advantage?
Yes.
Yes.
22 then.
No, actually, you were right, and it was a 17.
Okay.
I was talking about my role.
Oh. Reroll to see who looks better.
Okay, well then everyone actually wakes up. That's the case.
Everyone wakes up. Yay.
Thanks to Rakus's loud booming voice.
Boom.
Everyone wakes up and it's lightly snowing. And you can see
Oh,
now
no.
a wall that is approaching closer and closer. On top of the wall are 2 towers, watchtowers. And Morik, you said you were approaching the gate?
Yeah, I'm running towards.
Okay.
Oh, will never bother me anyway.
Okay. For everyone approaching the gate, okay.
TOS.
Well, that and shut up. For everyone approaching the gate, you can see that on it is a intricately knitted gate that every so often has stars that connect to each other. There are 2 guards that approach you. 1, the loud voice, and 2, the approaching figure. What business do you have here?
My name is Morak. I am a, guess you could say, crusader for Church of Tiana. I show him my sigil. I come with a bounty and I gesture to the 2 orc heads. It is the business of the church, and I also have a sword group for Tiana that needs to get inside. And my companions, one of them is gravely ill. We need to take him to a healer.
Cough, cough.
Okay.
Cough. Cough.
Understood. He kind of gestures for the other guard, and the other guard runs back behind the wall, and you can see the gate begins to slowly lift up, and it is now open.
Okay. I'll kind of like usher everybody through.
Okay. Fiverr's cart goes through, and he kind of stares around as he enters. It's like Shrek 2 when they enter far, far away for the first time.
Yeah.
Except it's dark and snowing.
True enough.
You laughing in chat? Is that what?
I just saw nice silencer Poff Lamau, mad respect.
And then I responded with, just wait till you hear the voice.
How many servers did you post this on?
About, I would say 10. I would say maybe 10 servers.
And you
Jesus
didn't
Christ.
You didn't even post it on Ob.
Wow. Alright.
As I pass the guard, will I pass the guard as I walk through again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm reading chat. Keep going.
When I do, I'll just say, blessings of Tiana. And then keep on
They
going.
reply,
Go in chat.
blessings of Tiana to you as
Sorry,
well.
I need that to be deleted right now. I did not mean to send that.
So to my knowledge, how far away are we from the church? The
Um,
main one.
Well, since you entered at this time, you enter a very quiet city. The marketplaces are not lit at all, and it appears to be extremely dead.
Because it's colder than usual.
That, and it's like kind of really
5
early.
a.m.
Yeah. You pass down the street, and the cobblestone street, and you pass a shop that seemingly has swords in the
Swords, you say? Is it some sort of smithy?
You're asleep.
No, he woke up now. He
My blacksmith senses are tingling.
Fucking knock him out. You're asleep. Anyway.
that is swords on display, and it's called Wayfinder. You pass by multiple miscellaneous shops. Most of them are general stores. There's one magic shop you pass by that is called Blevins Grease Wondrous Wares. And you see, approaching on the kind of horizon of the town is a cathedral of sorts, and on...
Is it the main church?
Yes.
Okay.
Massive double doors adorn it, and there is a mural figure above it of a female figure holding a star in her hands, and her hair is flowing into many different directions, and each tip ends in stars.
Am I just unconscious for all of this?
No, you're awake now. Lucky deemed it.
Yeah.
God says
I'll
so.
say, even if you didn't wake up, everyone else would try to wake you up.
We'd be
Wake
shaking
me
awake
up
at that
inside.
point.
Mm-hmm. Also, damn, how could I forget the baby? Give me a moment here.
Yes, the real question: did the kobold baby wake up? Because we had to get our own baby Yoda.
Baby.
Leave my baby.
It's not your
Leave
baby
me alone.
Yoda.
Did you just go baby
You're right,
Yoda?
Sorry,
Baby
I don't-
Yoda, baby
I don't mean
Yoda.
to claim that it's my baby Yoda. It's clearly Dilphus's.
Yeah, fuck.
He's the Dilphus.
Yeah, you ever heard of those dill pickles? Yeah, that.
You ever heard of a Dilf?
The kobold baby wakes up, and then you see its eyes, Ilphus. It kind of rolls around, and then it kind of lolls, and then kind of passes out.
Baby.
I take a big sigh of relief, realizing I don't have to deal with a child.
Child.
At this point, you approach
A child.
the
No.
cathedral's doors. There is a little side stable that is currently right now empty.
Real quick, Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Would Alexander be in this cathedral?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Do you? Well, first, where do you park your carts?
I assume there's probably like a general area that they could park, right?
Yeah, there is a stable little section where there is a stable.
Okay. How far away is it from the main like doors?
It's attached to the cathedral, so it's
Okay, I'll just kind of like point to that area.
80 feet
And-
away.
So like, then I talk to Rakus and I say, just park the carts over there. I'll see about, waking somebody up to open the doors. And then
I
I'll
wish to
head
take
the
the
main doors.
reins from Rakus. I got this. And I wish to parallel park our cart.
Gonna do it.
Drift into the
Jesus
parking
Christ.
space.
Yeah.
This is not Grand
I feel like
Theft-
I'm
This is not Grand Theft Auto.
Stellawol Drift. Fast and Furious 3.
It's like that one video of the Amish people with their like horse-bound carriage that they
Yeah.
like do donuts in. With dust kicking up all over the place.
You park your cart.
Hold on, I gotta put my horse in park.
Successfully. Maybe not
gotta
to the
feed the
degree of imagination, but Fiverr also parks his cart, and he gets out,
That's really funny, Sky.
and he
will
signals
be here all
to Keel and the Dragonborn to wait, and he walks up with Morak to the cathedral doors.
Now, based on my knowledge, am I allowed to just open the doors or are they locked?
They're never locked.
Mm-hmm.
But at this time, you can gauge that there has to be someone awake at least.
Okay. Should I knock beforehand? Like, is that standard code, or do I just open it?
Depending on the situation. If it's urgent, then it's urgent. But
Okay. Well, it is urgent, so I'm just gonna open the door.
okay, you open the door.
Mm-hmm.
The double doors that go or that open inward, and you see it leads into a long marble corridor. Jesus Christ! With a black carpet decorated with stars that leads to another double door, a smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is
Um,
fancy.
Nobody's around in this area, right?
No, this is like
Okay.
a hallway.
This is the like entrance before the entrance.
Yeah.
So then, is Aster and everybody else with me right now?
I imagine so. Aster, you're moving at half the speed as everyone.
Yeah.
So, essentially, Morik, you see Aster. He's kind of gripping his shoulder, and he's kind of pushing himself against the cathedral as he walks in.
All right, I hoist him over my shoulder.
I'm in great pain. Please
All
help
right.
me.
I'll say because.
Want me to roll a strength check? Or
No,
no?
I'll say because Aster is not heavy, and you're
Big
yeah.
Sponge.
chonk.
You carry him. Fiverr will actually open this door for you,
All right.
and you
And then,
actually see when you enter, or at least when he opens the door, you see kind of little mats laid out in rows,
Mhm.
and you can see currently placing one down is Alexander.
Alexander, I say with urgency. Kind of like not necessarily running over to him, but fast walking.
He kind of places down the mat, and he turns towards you and he says, "Mark,
Alexander, it's good to see you. Regardless, though, urgently, this man needs a healer. He was bitten by somebody who drank the black liquid.
you see a skew of emotions just streak across his face.
Yeah.
And then he kind of nods and kind of signals you, and he begins to walk behind this statue of the same figure as the mural,
Mhm.
but in a kind of shiny iron. It is made of shiny iron, rather.
Okay.
And he takes you around the statue, and he leads you to a double door, once more.
Mhm.
And he kind of takes out a key, puts in lock, and unlocks it, and opens it. And it opens into a small laboratory.
Mhm.
And he kind of says, "Darium, we got a situation." And you see, kind of opening the door across from the laboratory, where all these vials kind of line all these steel desks, steps a pale, long-haired human with big circular glasses, and
Mhm.
he's in robes, and he opens the door, sees Alexander and your group, shuts it, and then comes back out with a piece of paper or parchment. What appears to be the problem?
It is good to see you, Professor Darium. Sorry, I'm very tired. This man was bitten by somebody who drank the black liquid. His condition is pretty severe.
Once more, you see less emotions, but more like interest go across Darium. Okay, if that's the case, take him to the table over there. You can clear all my stuff off of it for right now, and lay him on there.
Okay. So what is on the table? Like, does it look breakable?
A bunch of vials, so yes, it looks breakable.
Okay. I kind of look back at my group and go, do you mind carefully moving those somewhere where they won't be broken?
Yeah, sure. So I had to say something, bro.
Oh, motherfucker, I was muted. God damn it.
Jesus.
Raditz is still sleeping.
So all the way back in the car.
Carson, I have a few
Just
questions.
imagine him in a wheelchair just.
Yeah, what is it?
I'm
Stabs?
I'm just
I'm with
sleeping here.
them, right?
Huh?
I'm with them, right? I
Yeah,
didn't stay-
you're with
Yeah, no, everybody's with us.
everyone's yeah.
I just want to make sure.
The
I don't want-
gang's all here.
Second off, do I have the baby with me? Or I leave him in the cart?
Do you
What
wanna
baby
leave
are we
him-
talking about?
Do you,
No,
oh
he's
my-
with me now. This is permanent.
He's with you.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I'm holding
What
him.
baby?
What do you mean the baby
Kobold.
kobold, bro?
What? What happened? I'm so confused.
Maybe this is
They
why
gave
It's
me
okay.
baby-
You know, it just happens every once in a while. He goes on to Google, looks up how did humans know how to ride horses, and he comes back. Or
No,
he
dude.
plays solitaire.
Do you know that? You are like
I'm sorry, I was reading chat. I'm trying
you
to
are the
keep chat
dumbest
entertained.
motherfucker.
I
Turn
am
off
doing
chat.
the Twitch thing. I'm the
Turn
Twitch
off
side
chat.
of it.
turn off chat. Anyways,
If I turn
My
off
third
chat-
question.
once all the vials and stuff are cleared, that's when I would like gently lay him down on the table.
Okay. Aster, you're still conscious at this point, by the way. What is your question, Ilphus?
You know,
I'm
more
gonna,
bringing
can I
this
look
conscious
around and
man.
see if anyone notices me? Like who I am, I guess. Because I don't know anybody in here. Except for the people who I've been with.
Make a insight check.
Here we go. 22 unnatural.
22 on a what?
Natural. Like it's not natural 20.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
roll.
You notice that the human that they're calling Darium,
Darium.
he scans all of you.
Gold Star.
Some of his eyes kind of set on some of you.
Who specifically?
Do you want to also make an insight check?
How about I ask
Sure.
instead? Who specifically?
I mean,
I'll
Cyphers
make a
still won't
fucking
know.
check. I'll make a check, bitch.
Ilphus.
That's an 8.
You don't know Cyphus at all. Ilphus, specifically on Aster, you, and then Morak.
Dang, the baby's drawing more attention than I should have.
Yeah,
You're telling
definitely
me.
the baby.
He's not paying any attention to me.
I don't care.
No, why?
He cares about baby.
Literally, I look like a prisoner, and he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Alright, I find that so funny. Sorry. My appearance is literally made to look like people would be like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? And he's the one guy out of everyone that goes, nah, not gonna fucking look
Yeah.
at him.
A normal elf boy with a kobold baby is nothing to look at. Look at his cheek.
It's always the ones that try to blend in the most that are always the most, interesting or have something to hide,
Okay. Darium
Darium.
begins to run around with this piece of parchment, and he takes multiple concoctions of liquid in vials and stares at the parchment, and stares back at the vials, and kind of mixes them together. High Priest Alexander walks over to Aster, and he places his hands on Aster's shoulder. Aster, right now make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What is that in total? Is a 15.
Okay.
Holy fuck. How do you do it?
Okay, Cyphus, can you shut up? Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
I thought I had my mic muted.
I swear to
Retard.
God, every session
Jade became full retard mode. Okay.
You can't make me laugh. Hold
Okay. God, I completely lost my train of thought now.
Alexander put his hands on
Yeah,
Aster's shoulder.
I'm aware.
You rolled a 15.
Yes. Aster, you, this isn't so much as a spell as it is he's putting pressure onto your shoulder to push out these pus of blood and ooze that comes out of your shoulder.
I just look. Oh, would you look at that?
I'm gonna ask Darium and Alexander, do you need my help?
Darium says, don't worry, Morak, we completely got this under control. I completely have this under control.
I want to ask. So how's it looking, Doc?
Alexander says, well, for one, I'm not a doctor.
Well.
I'm a priest, not a doctor.
Right, father.
And this is I'm at a loss for words. I've never actually seen the liquid be consumed. Mark, you said that there was a person who consumed the liquid and then bit him.
Yes, multiple people, in fact. There was Fiverr, and Fiverr's with us, right?
In the very far back, yes.
The shaman human.
Fiverr over here, he's actually the one that has the rest of the vials that were in that town. There was a black market exchange going on where somebody was trying to sell the substance, but we stopped them in their tracks.
Do you know their name by chance?
I had it written down. One second.
I'll give you that second.
It wasn't Isham.
It was.
Or was it?
It was Isham.
Oh, it was. Okay, it was Isham. Okay. Isham Cunnings. That is who it was.
I can't say I've heard of him. Interesting.
I never heard of him either. I do not recall if he mentioned coming from Stellawol, but we did vanquish him. He also had a shadow entity with him, and quite a few other people who, Tiana bless their souls, unfortunately were either forced to consume the liquid or willingly did it, unbeknownst to the side effects.
And did you find any documentation of if he purchased it from anyone, or?
I have this, and I pull out the note that I found in the his desk, along with anything else that I had, and then like hand it to Alexander's asking, correct?
Yeah.
I hand it to Alexander.
Okay. He takes the paper and he takes his hand off of Aster's shoulder and folds it and puts it into his robes. And he goes back to applying pressure to Aster.
The initials on that letter were KR?
KA.
KA. I'll mention that. But the initials on the letter read KA. I do not know who that might be.
And right now I cannot be certain who that is either.
I do hope it helps the church. Please, Fiverr, come forward. And I'll gesture towards Fiverr.
Fiverr walks forward, and he
still have the vials?
He pulls open his coat, and he ruffles around it for a bit, and he pulls out 3 vials, and he sets them on one of the metal tables. For you, High Priest Alexander.
Yes, this was all that Fiverr found. He can take credit for that.
Alexander kind of glares at Fiverr, but nods. And at this point, Darium comes over and he says, "Okay, now this will feel very bad, but here, Alexander, sit him up." Alexander sits you up, Aster.
All right. I'm prepared.
And Darium takes out a scalpel and reopens the wound bigger. And he takes this vial of gold-ish liquid with a hint of orangish tint to it. And he kind of... hold on a second. Okay, you're going to take, overall, from all of this, 13 points of damage from acid.
14.
13.
13.
And 8 points of necrotic damage.
Is that with resistance included?
No.
Or?
That's not.
Okay.
As he pours this liquid in, you feel it begin to burn into your shoulder, almost like your skin's being charred off. And for those who are watching, you're seeing these black veins that was growing upon his body begin to kind of fade slowly, going back to
time.
where it started. And at this point, pools of this black liquid pour out and stain some of your clothing, and some of it pools out into the ground. This seems way more than your normal blood would have, and it's alarming, as well as the amount of pain you're in. Alexander then presses down on you, and holy energy enters your shoulder, resealing the wound, and you heal 10 points of HP.
Oh my god.
I'll say for right now, you're unconscious, and I'd like
From
you
the
to make another Constitution saving throw with advantage.
That is a 19 plus 3, so 22.
Okay. You still have those points of exhaustion, but your cold seems to be all that's left. You don't feel this tinge of...
Wait a minute, but I'm passed out. I don't feel this.
I'm saying this as you're falling
Okay.
out. And eventually your shoulder, there is a scar. Oh, there will be a scar. And you black out.
My god.
For everyone
No.
else, you essentially see a bunch of black liquid start to pool out from Aster, and it covers some of the ground.
See, I knew bloodletting was the proper method.
Good job, Brad. I pat him on the back.
Fun fact, I didn't know that bloodletting was the proper method.
Well, Darium stands up, kind of takes off his gloves. I would say that is a major success. If that
So
would
he'll be okay then?
Success.
Well, I can't be really sure, but I think he'll be fine.
Alright. Thank you,
Thanks.
Professor Darium. Sorry to have bugged you during your study.
Yeah, to be fair, I wasn't really studying. I was kind of just sleeping, and then I was woken up.
Oh, well, Still sorry. I give him kind of like a cheerful smile, even though I am tired.
Um, he glances down at your belt and sees the two orc heads. He says, "Oh, that's excellent, Morik.
What is? Oh, you mean the orcs? Yes, they attacked us, actually. Um, I didn't have to go to them at all. I just kind of like tossed them down onto the floor.
Yeah, he'll go down and pick both of the heads up, and he'll say, may I keep these?"
Sure. I mean, you are an entity of the church, and I'm supposed to deliver them to you.
He says, "I'll have one of my lieges come and clean this mess up. I must be going now."
It was good seeing you again.
He turns around and says, "Yeah," and then enters the room he came out of.
Professor Dorium, I, always liked that man, and I'll just kind of like give myself a warm smile, and then I'll look over at Alexander. I'm sorry that I cannot catch up with you more, Alexander, but do you happen to have any spare rooms available for me and my comrades?
In this massive church, of course we do, for you, Morak. Please, all of you, make yourselves at home. It must have been an exhausting road to get here. And Fiverr, I have to speak with you.
Shaman healer.
Okay.
Do go easy on him, Alexander. He did help us a lot.
I'm aware. Fiverr kind of jumps when Alexander says his name and walks towards Alexander. And Alexander says, "Morark, tomorrow I have to discuss something with you, and I have Darium supports it. And frankly, this only supports my current thought process on this group of individuals, but there's some group I'd like you to investigate that is here in Stellawol.
Of course.
I'll debrief you on that tomorrow."
Alright. Thank you, High Priest Alexander. And I'll give him like a small little bow.
And he bows back towards you. "Excellent job, Morik."
I kind of like smile gleefully to myself at the praise. Well, thank you.
And
Hey, Morg, I'm not sure about this mercenary-like business that we've been doing lately.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, look at me. I'm not built for fighting some great evil entities. I'm built for making things to fight those.
Well, of course,
You know,
that's why
just-
you're with me.
Right. I'm just saying. I don't know.
He's saying he doesn't know. My God.
I really don't.
Look, I understand Raditz. Listen. If you help out the church with this little investigation, I'm sure they can help secure you a nice little... Business is always booming here.
Hmm.
Think about it, the whole church will come to you for their goods. For their crusaders, their knights, their paladins.
Oh, that is quite a tempting offer.
All you have to do is help see this through.
Hmm.
At that, Alexander will say, "Can I have you leave the room, please? I need to talk to Father.
Of course. Sorry, High Priest Alexander. We'll be on our way,
It's
and then
all
I'll
good.
kind of like usher everybody out.
Everyone, I assume, leaves the room without hesitation.
Shuffles out.
Yeah. Alexander closes the door. And Morak, I'll say, since, this is essentially your home,
I know the area pretty well.
yeah. Essentially,
Okay.
if you take the right corridor of where you're currently standing, so entering would be the left corridor, and go up the spiral staircase, you would essentially get to these barracks where they keep injured. It's like a oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name now. It's like a temporary medical bay
I got you.
for wounded.
All right, everybody, file in. If I still remember this place, which I hope I do, we should go down this way, and then I just kind of like walk towards there.
Yep. You begin walking, and you pass two corridors, one to your left, one to your right, and you enter the spiral staircase heading up. You pass one floor.
Yeah, this place.
And you enter that floor, and you see an entire floor full of just beds and bunk beds. And
Well, pick or poison.
yeah, they're currently empty.
I just kind of like.
I pick the top bunk.
I wish I could have been a top bunk, but alas, I am too big.
Okay. So, everyone gets to sleep.
Go the fuck
Man,
to
I'm
sleep.
just asleep on the table, yeah.
Yeah, you essentially are asleep on the table.
What a
If
rest.
there's any conversation that'd like to happen.
Morok's gonna lay down in
While
his
we
bed.
sleep. Imagine sleep talking. Lamau.
Morok's gonna lay down in his bed and be like, hey, read this.
Rakis,
True, though.
He's like, well, I guess we'll finish this conversation in our sleep.
Hold on.
He is a tired boy.
Dude, that's me IRL. As soon as I hit my bed, just.
As soon as I hit my... Carson, did just snore.
I can't sleep on myself.
There it is. I love that snore.
Okay. So everyone goes right to sleep then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Morning comes. Well, actually, is everyone taking a long rest?
Taking a long rest, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So everyone will awake in the afternoon.
Do I still have that point of exhaustion?
Yes. I'll say you gained it once you stopped
Oh.
going, essentially.
Okay. So how long would Morok need to like rest before it's gone?
Another long rest.
Okay.
'Cause you
I
had
can
to
do that
trek
later,
through
then.
the snow while it was
Yeah.
cold.
How
You can do
about
that
you?
later.
Okay. You awake and you see kind of the window to one of the windows is currently open, and you see sitting on the roof outside of the window of the first story roof. You see Rakis is sitting there carving and finishes his bird.
It is a beautiful creature you've made.
Rakis, seriously. How the fuck do you not sleep, man?
I don't know.
My god.
He's a hero. He doesn't sleep until evil is perished.
More
Chalice will.
Nourished evil.
What did I just say, motherfucker? Cyphus will look at his chains
yes.
as Morak says that.
Okay.
Do I notice this?
Edgy.
I was actually gonna have you roll a perception check for something.
Okay. 13
Can you notice two things with one
plus-
perception check?
-1, so 12.
Okay. I'll say it's not difficult to notice. But you see, when you say that, and Rakus has turned to you at this point, from the window, he kind of... half of his face kind of grins, and then the other... it's kind of a lopsided smile, essentially.
I get you.
And then he goes back to a blank stare.
Man.
I'll keep that little
How is
nugget of, happiness to myself.
Write that down. Write that down.
It's just a joke. I appreciate it.
My voice. Ah.
Okay.
God damn it.
I don't want to hear you yelling.
Sorry, I'm stretching.
Stop
Kill him,
You,
kill him.
you keep saying, "Oh, sorry, I did this. Sorry, I did that."
No, I'm stretching.
Don't do it, fucker.
Don't stretch, okay? I'm just gonna sit
Yeah.
here stiff-armed.
At least
Or
just
you
don't
can-
do it into the mic. You don't have to make like fucking
Yeah.
moans. Christ, man.
TOS, man. TOS.
Is everybody else awake or is everybody else asleep?
I'm assuming I'm
Don't say
awake
that.
because I only
Don't say that,
meditate,
yeah.
therefore I've been up longer, and I'm making sure this baby.
Besides you, special.
Okay, thank
Who
you.
is this? You? What?
Issue.
Call me special,
He's special.
baby. Yoda.
So is everybody else asleep, like Raditz, Cypit?
No, Cyphus is awake.
No, everyone about wakes up here,
I made it clear that I'm awake.
unless they want to sleep in.
Do I need?
That made me ha.
Haha. No.
I wish to go somewhere where I can buy metal.
Okay.
Oh, that's an easy one. I know this one. Follow me.
Wait a minute. Actually, I've got a quick question that'll depend on whether I sleep. Is my exhaustion going to no?
You have 1 point of exhaustion removed, so you don't move at half speed, but you still have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Okay. So I'll be fine by tomorrow night.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, I'm awake. Let's do this.
When you wake up, Aster, you see that on the floor meditating is Fiverr.
The shaman he
And he kind
God
of
damn you.
opens his eyes.
It's my joke.
He sees you, and he kind of smiles, and then he gets up and leaves the room into the main cathedral.
Oh. Alright. I'll just shout thank you. But and then just let
When
me
you
go.
say that, he'll just say, "I didn't do anything to help you."
Yeah. But you're cool. That is all.
You hear the door behind you open, and out steps Darium, and he walks over to you and he kind of touches your shoulder, which feels a little sore to you, and he says,
Expected.
"How is your shoulder doing?"
How is my shoulder doing?
Sore. Extremely.
It hurts. But how is it doing?
And then he kind of, I imagine they removed your shirt for this procedure.
Are you shirtless?
And it's stained regardless because of the amount they pushed out. But
It looks like I need a new shirt.
you
Or
see, you see essentially the veins are no longer on your shoulder, and you kind of see a scar that is formed there from the scalpel that was put into your shoulder and the bite that was there.
it's a battle scar. Let's
And he kind of prods it slightly, and then tell me, how are you feeling? Like what's the word? Are you ill at all?
Uh, I'm tired, but not as. That's about it.
Okay, understandable. I will go do some more research on the subject.
Alright.
You can reconjoin with your friends. They should be in the upstairs, the first floor. If you take a right from where we currently are, you should be there in a jiffy.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm gonna reach. I'm gonna reach into my pouch, grab 1 gold, say, "Thank you for helping me." That just thank you.
If I'm going to be frank with you, I don't really need the gold.
I well, how about this? How about point me to a what clothing that I can borrow or buy even.
Um, you can ask. Uh, well, you can ask one of the tailors that are at our church. We can tailor something of your like if you, of course, pay your respects to Tiana and offer the gold.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna head that direction.
In what direction?
The direction of the clothier, wherever that is, in the
Um,
church. Because I'm just shirtless, right?
yeah. And your
Yeah.
pants are stained.
Yeah. I need new clothes.
Ooh,
Bad.
pants are stained.
Like you,
Pants stained.
it's like if you have a coffee stain, but blacker.
But blood and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
exit from the room, and you walk around the statue after being given the directions from Darium. Which is the opposite of where you would go to meet your friends. Left and then left again. You turn and get in front of the statue, and you see that on these mats there are maybe 20 people in a row, in 2 rows, all meditating and sitting there on top of these kind of star printed mats. And in front of them, right below the statue on a step, is Alexander, also on a similar mat but bigger. And he has 2 candles of incense currently lit, and he is also meditating there.
oh. Okay. I don't want to. Do I want to disturb? Can just... I guess.
Are you going to disturb him?
I guess I will. Hello.
Alexander will open his eyes and he'll turn to you and he'll say, "What is it you need?"
Looking to like get clothing because I'm gonna need a new set.
If you go left from here and take another left down that corridor and take another left, you
Right.
should be at the tailor.
Sorry. Thank you. And thanks for the whole I'll gesture to my shoulder thing.
No problem. Come here real quick.
I will do so.
And it'll kind of touch the star printed mat, and it'll reach out and he'll touch your chest, and it'll say, "Are you tired still?"
A bit, yeah.
He'll whisper something in his breath, and you'll lose 1 point of exhaustion. So you're not exhausted anymore.
Whoa. I feel great now. Thank you.
If you see Morark, tell him to come visit me.
Will do.
We have a thing to discuss. And at this point, you see Fiverr. He was opening the door to the exit, the first exit, and he kind of looks back at you, and then he closes the door, and then you hear another door open, and you hear it close.
Okay.
Meanwhile, that's the best blacksmith shop in town.
Right. So you come down the spiral staircase, and you walk out into the main cathedral, and you hear, "Morark."
I jump and then look to see who it is.
It's Alexander. Still
Alexander.
in a meditating state or pose.
Oh, Alexander, I was just going. Friend Raditz, the best blacksmith shop in town. He was looking into it. You want to discuss that thing you mentioned earlier?
Yes. Then he'll look at the 20 worshippers in front of him and he'll kind of. We can take a intermission. Be back in an hour. And they all kind of, at the same moment, open their eyes, and then they all get up and start to have their own conversations, and Alexander begins walking towards you.
Do you mind if my companions join the conversation, seeing as they will be potentially helping me along with this quest you have given to me? I'll give him like a childish, like, please smile.
That's no problem. I don't see why you wouldn't let them help you.
Oh, thank you. Are they all upstairs, or is it just Raditz?
Unless everyone else is coming down, it's just Raditz.
Okay. They're all back upstairs, still in the bedroom. Should we have this conversation up there, away from prying ears?
Well, your friend went to the tailor here to get his new clothing.
Asta?
Yeah.
Okay. I can fill him in.
Okay, then let's have a discussion in your temporary chambers.
Alright, sounds good. And I'll race back up the stairs.
They'll kind of wait for Raditz to go back up the stairs first.
All right.
By the way, a little description. He's in a similar blue cloak to Fiver's. However, his is much more fine, and there's a white trim to it. And it has golden stars adorning his kind of dark blue cloak. He is tan skin. A small little beard, a 5 o'clock shadow, and no hair. He also carries around a staff made of fine birch wood. And that's just a small description for him. He follows you up to your chambers, and he says, "Hello."
Just to make sure everybody's awake.
Yeah. So you go around checking every bed. Everyone is currently awake. Rakis is still sitting on the roof, and then hearing multiple footsteps enter, he stands up and walks and climbs back through the window. Alexander says, well, I thank you all for helping my boy Mark here on his journey.
Oh boy.
Mark is happy.
There's this new organization that has risen up in Stellawol. They're relatively small, and they originate here. And we originally thought them to be a small business company. But now, with the supported suspicion of this liquid that we aren't supposed to let leave these quarters being produced to other places, I'm beginning to suspect that this organization may or may not be supplying them.
I'm serious indeed.
They are quite against gods, as far as I've heard from our intel. Norris.
How could they?
Norris spent some time with them, but he was currently set out to explore the sinkhole, which is where most of our clergy are. Seeing as the
But
sinkhole
Norris is at the sinkhole.
currently, yes,
Hmm.
we
I'll have to
found that
look
the
up.
sinkhole opened up into a cavern of sorts.
Oh. Do we know what's in there?
We're currently finding out.
What is this group called again?
They're called, fittingly, seemingly to spite us specifically, the Stardust Syndicate. They, well, Darium specifically, if I may talk to you privately, Mark, for a moment here.
Of course.
He kind of pulls you aside and puts his arm around your shoulder, and he says, quieter, one of Darium's experiments escaped from his laboratory and is meddling with the group.
This is not good.
It is your goal to bring him back, preferably alive, for Darium. But if he threatens your life, don't be afraid to execute him.
Of course.
He should be a interesting fellow. It'll be obvious when you meet him.
Okay. I'll keep my eye out. Thank you for the task, Father.
No problem. Now, focusing back on the general group here. Before Norris left, he did get a deal from this fake group we've called. We were going to send some of our clergy, but seeing as they're dealing with the sinkhole, we don't have anyone to send. So I find it extremely fitting that you arrive here now. They're supposed to meet with this fake group we call the Extractors for business purposes. Now, of course, this group may not be bad. They might just be, well, a market. But they're new. And with this new interest of people purchasing this black liquid, I think it's something fair to check out.
I agree. What says the group though? Like, Asters at the clothing. Ilphis, Raditz, Cyphus. What do you all make of this?
I don't know. I'm just worried about this little guy here, and I'm gonna gesture towards the.
Oh yes. There was a dragonborn inside Fiverr, Alexander. He carried a small kobold with him. I do not know why Ilphis still carries the baby, but he does.
Alexander kind of remembers something, and he says, speaking of Fiverr and his group, I suggest saying your goodbyes to him. He'll be working outside of Stellawol, but I've told him specifically to watch over you, Mark. Not to stay with you, but to follow your tracks. And if you need him to be summoned for you, he will show up.
Oh,
Oh, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Where did they take the black liquid that was in
That
Aster?
that was in Aster, like the stuff that pooled out.
Yes.
one clarification is it's not. It doesn't have the same white dots as the vials had, but if you're keen, they didn't clean it up after the procedure.
Is the floor made out of wood?
No.
Excellent. Thank you.
He's like, I'll go collect more.
Gotta get more parted onyx.
He's so. Other than that, if you like to say your goodbyes, I'd respect that. And if the baby is indeed theirs, I suggest giving it back.
Of course.
Fiverr, he's a troublemaker sometimes, and he is slightly selfish, but he means well sometimes.
Well, of course, we didn't start out on the right foot, but we ended as, brothers of the Church of Tiana. And I'll give like a little thumbs up.
Alrighty, well, you can come visit me.
Also, sorry to interrupt you, Father, but real quick regarding my task for the wolves. They're, how can I put this? Ilfis,
Yes.
am I allowed to speak about you?
What do you mean?
I kind of like give you like a look.
You mean about my past, per se?
Not necessarily your past, but where your future takes you.
Of course, of course.
Okay. Alexander, this is Ilfis, and he is the lost prince of, it's hard to explain. Ilfis, do you want to?
No, I really would not like to. I'm not very good at revealing who I am.
Okay. Basically, Alexander, his quest takes him elsewhere. After I am done at Stellawol, I would like you to understand that I need to help him. I cannot crush hope. It is against Tiana.
Of course.
His hope is to regain his life, his family, his thing. And I have sought it, as he is my brother now, to help him on this quest. And I've temporarily put my hunting of the wolves on hold. Do not fear, if I run into any, I am destined to kill them on sight. But I cannot.
Hold on, there's a fire going on somewhere.
Yeah, Carson just had his microwave go off, bro.
Microwave.
Microwave.
I did not notice.
Yeah, it was piercingly loud to me.
Gotta clear my throat here. Are you awake, Nathan?
Yes.
Okay. How are you hanging in there? That is so appropriate.
However, one thing I do want to do is find that pile of black liquid, since it wasn't like the shit that we got for the parted onyx. It was burned corpses of the infected people. So I see this as it was probably the same sort of infection, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm thinking is I could burn it, make some more parted onyx to possibly make into that armor later.
Valid.
Sorry, my house was burning down.
It's all good. Are you gonna have to bounce?
No,
Okay.
that didn't actually happen.
The stream must go on.
Okay.
The stream must go on as he's on fire. But I'll resume what I was saying. I don't remember where I left off where you jumped away, so I'll just say, basically his quest takes me away from where you pointed
And
me.
it's good to fulfill his quest because it gives him hope.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. You shouldn't be staying here too long, I hope. I hope that organization doesn't take you too far.
Of course.
You can come visit me. I'll be at the top of the cathedral. And I bid you all adieu. When you decide to visit the place, look for Blevengree's Wondrous Wares, and just simply only say to him Fate's Call, and that should get you in.
Fate's call?
Fate's Call.
Alright. I'll be kind of slow on it because the fates. It's hard to say, but I'll do my best. Gives another thumbs up.
And he nods. And he begins to follow the rest of the spiral staircase up.
Well, he is not my literal father, but he did raise me. That is High Priest Alexander. What do you all think? Isn't my house cool?
But you live in a church.
Yes.
This is not a house. I understand where you're coming from, but this is not a house.
Well, this is where I was raised, Reddit. This is my house.
Alright, bud.
Is there anyone of the current bed crew, we'll call it?
I wish to go to the black ichor
Okay.
that was left over. Now, what I want to do is I want to take my...
So real quick. You enter the room.
Yes.
And you see that Darium has a vial, and he is currently scooping some up, and he sees you enter.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just taking my own sample, so to speak.
Oh, are you a scientist too?
Well, I work with material. I don't know about... well, I suppose it is a bit of a science.
Excellent. What do you specialize in?
Alloys.
So, do you make alloys?
Well, I wanted to try and make use of this material in some way, shape, or form. I did manage to get a sample from some previous people, and I take out a piece of the parted onyx to show him. But I wanted to see if this was a separate material entirely. You understand where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. He stops collecting his sample and kind of puts the vial down, and he goes up and he gestures towards the onyx.
This is what happened after we caught it on fire, so I was going to do the same here, see if it had the same reaction.
Okay. Interesting proposal. Why don't you try it?
You cut out.
Why don't you try it? Go.
Alright, I take my hammer out, I cast Searing Smite on it, and place the hammer in the black fluid, I suppose, or put its head to the black fluid to try and light it on fire.
Okay. You put the hammer to the liquid, and you hear it sizzle a little bit, and then the sizzling gradually fades, and there, in the exact shape of your hammer, is a square piece of onyx.
I wish to use my blacksmithing tools to grab my tongs, my smith's tongs, and grab the onyx.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Okay.
It can also be athletics if you want it to.
Well, my strength check was 20 total. My athletics
Okay.
would have been 22.
You managed to pry.
Not to flex.
You managed to pry the onyx from the floor, and he says, and the Darium says, "Fascinating. I'll have to." And he reaches onto one of the tables and grabs a book, and begins to write something down. And he closes the book shut. I believe one of your friends was leaving. Someone you traveled with, I think, what's his name? Faver?
Not really a friend of mine, more of a friend of a friend. That makes sense.
Okay, well, that's fair. I don't really know him either. So, I just figured I'd mention it to you. Anyway, if that's all you want here, good day.
All right.
You
I light the floor on fire to the best of my ability. Now, not using the searing smite bullshit or any of that. I want to light this whole shit on fire in order to get this material.
So, are you like pouring?
I'm using my torches, heating it up the best I can, sizzling it.
Okay.
Doing whatever I can.
I'll say, I would say you get 8 more pieces of onyx.
So how many am I at total?
10. Because you have the one you picked up with your warhammer and searing smite, the one back in.
The onyx that I have listed here, you listed like poundage amounts.
Oh, you mean pound? Okay.
Currently, I have
So be 40
between
pounds.
2 or 3. Currently, you said I have 2 or 3. So how much more would that be? So what's my total?
So it'd be another 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
There was a lot of liquid. Like,
How many ounces?
I mean, if it was his blood, he technically should be not good.
In all,
Holy fuck, dude!
I bleed.
Yeah. So.
All right, well, I think I'm the winner chicken dinner, guys.
Valid.
But how many ounces?
All right, well, now that I've collected my onyx, I am going to leave and return to the group.
Okay. What is the group doing currently?
I'm getting ready for.
Sorry, you cut out there. What did you say?
I'm getting ready for the day.
Okay. Everyone puts their gear on, and do you all? Okay, so then, Aster,
Hello there.
you meet you take 2 lefts, going down these marble corridors, and on this last left you turn into a small room, and
All right.
inside is a table, and on the other side is a female elf, short
Double eye?
blonde hair, freckles,
Mhm.
and green eyes. What can I do you for?
Hello. I require some clothing, and I pull out the piece of gold. Will this cover clothing at all?
Um, um, and what business are you here in this church for?
Got bit by a zombie thing. I don't know, and then just got that healed or something. I have a cool scar now, and my clothing it's a mess, with blood, and all that.
Okay,
So I'm looking to get some new clothes.
okay. I'll say 2 gold. I'm not quite sure who you are, so.
Understand him. Oh, right. I shake her hand. Aster, Aster Stav.
Uh,
And yours?
okay. Uh, I'm Lyrie.
Hello, Larry. It's a pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure. Um, I'll be taking that 2 gold now.
I hand the gold. By the way, I'm a friend of Morarks, if you've heard of them. I don't know what that's just. You wanted specifics on what it was and all that.
Um, isn't that Darium's? Yeah, okay, I know who he is.
Oh, well, now you know.
She pockets the gold and she says, so what do you want it to look like?
Gosh, that's a good question. I never thought that far, actually.
Okay. Well, you won't be getting the new clothes now. It'll take a bit to make. So you can
Alright.
tell me what your new clothes would look like after the game.
Okay. Oh, we can work on that later.
So
But,
we'll say
I
for
would
now,
just-
she hands you just a plain common shirt and common pants.
Awesome. I take it you might need my measurements or something? I don't know how this works.
Well, these clothes are adjustable. These commoners, at least. Now,
Okay.
you're right, I do need your measurements, so give me a second. She comes out with a line of string, essentially, and she begins to measure you.
Alright.
And she says, you can have those commoners clothes now, but come back and pick up those new clothes. I'll inform you. I'll have someone inform Morak to inform you that they're ready.
Alright. Thank you very much. I'll go do with that one what Alexander said. I'll meet up with the others.
Okay. As you're leaving with your
Preferable.
commoner's clothes, you quite literally almost walk into them in this cathedral as they're also exiting on the other side of the corridor.
Nice.
And you all see Aster in very common looking clothes across on the other side of the corridor. So,
Oh,
on the other side
God.
of the cathedral.
That looks terrible.
Yeah, my I just got some new clothes, but they're gonna take a bit, so I'm just in this for now.
Well, I hope the new clothes are fitting.
That's the plan. Yeah,
I would like to do something.
the edge lord.
Okay. What would you like to do, Cyphus?
So, Cyphus forgot to do something in the morning, and it's kind of a thing that no one ever really sees, and it doesn't take too long. So I normally just do it off screen, but I feel like now would be a good time since technically we didn't really have time to do it in the morning. He'll do it now. He would like to step away from the group for just a moment,
Okay.
sit on the ground, cross his legs, and have his chains around him in a circle. And like each chain is like half of the circle.
Yeah, I get you.
Put his hands on his knees and sit up straight with his eyes closed. And for about like a few minutes, what you'll see is mostly his face twitch. And he seems to go through fits of anger and sadness and pain, all in a matter of a few moments, until finally you'll start to see that his entire chains slowly, from which the point, the longest point leading up to the actual shackles on his wrists. It'll turn to ice almost entirely. And the second it gets to his wrists, you'll start to see that his wrists will start to bleed, and you'll start to see that they'll overflow and start pouring down, just a bit on the shackles. And once this is over, I'll just leave it there if you want to, discuss that. This will be for a few minutes, so just finish your conversation.
Okay. So, Warwick, take note of that.
Of course.
Write that down. Write that down.
I won't mention it, but I'm gonna write it down.
You're having a conversation with Aster.
You look terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I feel better, so that's a plus.
Did you talk with Alexander? Did he say you were?
I did. He said he wanted to talk to you.
Yes, we've already had that conversation. You were
Alright, awesome.
off. I don't know what you
Mission
were doing,
accomplished.
but you were doing something.
I was getting clothes.
Did you donate to the church to get them?
Of course.
Good, very good. Tiana blesses you.
Awesome.
Reddit, you wanted to see a blacksmith shop, right?
No, I wanted to see some sort of place to buy ore.
Alright. Do I know any place like that, Lucky?
The closest on technicalities would be a blacksmith shop.
I want to go to, like, Ores Are Us.
For us.
There's actually a place in Stellawol called Ores Are Us. I'm making that canon now.
Yes. Ores are us.
That's where the blacksmiths
That
go to
is
get their supplies.
amazing. Oh my god.
Ores are us. It's great. I love it now. I want to go to Ores. I want to go to Ores are
Let's
us.
go to Ores Are Us.
I'm
So
going
how
to
far
Ores
away
Are
is it from the church? Like, is it a
Um,
10-minute trek, a 5-minute trek?
I'd say about a 5-minute trek.
Alright. Oh, I know the best place for that. That's follow me. You're going to love it.
I want to follow. I want to go to Ores are us.
Come along if you want to see really
I
expensive
follow.
ores and really not so expensive ores. I got
follow.
that.
Go. Take me there.
I lead the expedition.
Okay.
I will follow. Ores are us,
You-
boys.
Now that it's you're outside and it's snowing, you actually see that this place is relatively warm on this cloudy day. There's actually a surprisingly bustling city during the day, and you arrive at a small establishment. And you can see from the windows.
Improv, think.
No, I was texting someone back. You see from the windows there are signs of prices, and it says, "Shut up, JJ." For 10
So I'm
pounds,
sending him cursed images.
for 10 pounds of copper, it's about a gold. For 10 pounds of silver, it's about 10 gold. And for 10 pounds of gold, it's about 20 gold.
So how much for iron and
Iron
Some
was
coal?
10 gold. And some
like
what?
maybe some powdered carbon?
Okay, so you enter.
We go
now.
inside.
I
Yeah.
want to make steel.
You enter, and you see these shelves that line the place.
Mm-hmm.
and at the top of which, have you ever been like in a ore shop, like where they have like this is an opal and it sits in this nice case?
Mm-hmm.
JJ, I'm gonna clap you.
What? I'm not doing anything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, frick. I forgot to have a little interaction before you guys left. Apologies. I was.
Oh, did I
being-
just remind you? Is that why?
Not really, actually.
Oh.
But you texting me distracted me. When you guys leave, you see that Fiverr, Keel, and the White Dragonborn are all packing up on their cart. Fiverr walks up to you, Morik, and says, "Well, for the time we had together, it's been interesting."
Likewise. According to Alexander, you are supposed to be following my tracks now?
I'm supposed to serve you if you call, which means if you send a post to the church, they'll inform me, and then I'll head to your location.
Alright, did you... Let me ask, is this Alexander telling you to do this, or did you make this request?
This is a start for me to rejoin the church, is what we decided on. And I think it's very gracious of him for him to do that.
Well, good. I won't bother you too much, but I will be sure to use your services when needed and to give you a good review. And I give him like a thumbs up and like a little
I
smile.
will give you good reveal on Velp.
The White Dragonborn looks at Ilphis and then looks at the kobold and kind of he snorts out cold energy from his nose or his snout, and you see the kobold in your hands, Ilphis, begin to like wraggle itself out of your hands and fall onto the snow with its orb, and then it runs over to the Dragonborn, and the Dragonborn picks it up and then puts it in its backpack.
You did a good job of taking care of him, Ilphis. He will forever remember you.
Welcome. Sorry, I have put my mouth. Sorry.
I still
To
don't
fire
like
foof in my mouth.
Are you eating snow right now?
No.
Like,
Thank you.
And then the swords.
Dude, I feel like they're gonna be our anti-party, right? They're gonna follow us around or go there on their own adventures, and then we're gonna have to fight them in the end.
Dude.
Um,
Tap Season 3, we played them.
Lucky goes, God damn it. That was my plan.
My plan.
Sorry to get you off track.
Fiverr will get back onto the reins of his cart, and it'll say, "Goodbye. I'll hopefully be seeing you all again."
We'll be seeing you soon, Fiverr. Believe it.
From 5.
And
The shaman healer from
the-
Fiverr.
Dragonborn and Kobold board the cart as well as Keel, and he begins his cart down the road.
Alright. Now I
Alright,
must show you
now,
Orders R Us.
Fast forward back to Orders RS.
Ors are us. Ors are us. My favorite store is Ors are us.
You see,
Yeah.
I want to show Raditz
Raditz
the
would
most
be a jingle.
expensive metal that they have there.
the most expensive metal.
Yes, like the most expensive top-of-the-line metal.
Vibranium.
Nah, that'd be Obama.
Watermelonium.
Did you say watermelonium?
Yeah.
Watermelonium.
I think it'd actually be mithril.
Currently,
Adamantine, maybe.
platinum is the most expensive there.
Yes. This I like, and I point to the platinum.
But platinum's very heavy. You have to understand, I tend to make things out of more practical metals.
Hmm. Like steel.
Steel's very nice. It
Do they have nice steel on display?
Nice steel. So in
Even though it's not an ore, technically.
these nice boxes, there is steel on display. It is currently sold out.
Fucking Christ.
could I get iron and
There is
carbon?
iron. However, you do see a. Oh no! You do see
Yeah.
a Loxodon working the stand.
Oh fuck! No! It's Black Friday! I need to stop him!
And he
Fuck out of my way!
says, "Hello. Welcome to Ores R Us."
Yes,
Always
hello.
say something.
Listen, I need iron and I need some charcoal or powdered carbon, whatever you use over here.
Okay. I will inform you. Unfortunately, we are out of metal, specifically.
How are you out of metal?
Well,
This is
no,
all
no,
you sell.
I meant we're out of the metal steel.
Right. That's why I'm asking for iron. I'll make it myself.
Okay. How much?
Well, what's your selling price?
For 5 pounds of iron, that'll be 10 gold.
Okay.
That's a
well.
pretty good deal. Would you say what I did?
Oh my god.
5 pounds?
Bad business.
10 gold. That's really expensive. I sell swords for less than that.
He's got you there, Loxodon. I've seen it with my own.
But swords are made of steel.
Yes. Which steel is made out of iron.
But
As someone who works in selling metals, you certainly don't know much about using them. Ooh!
Dropped the mic on him. I think we
Kravitz
broke.
really cares about his job.
make a persuasion check.
I mean, this is not good. I rolled a 3, and I have a -2 in persuasion. Actually, no, I have a flat 0 modifier in persuasion.
It's just
So-
That's not as bad.
okay.
I got a 3.
Wait a minute. I'd like to help him with his role because I'm here as well.
Yeah, but you actually have to say shit.
Yeah,
but-
what are you gonna say?
Look at this man. He knows his ores. I've watched him make stuff. It is cool. He knows what he's doing. Look at him.
Somehow I feel
Also,
like that didn't
nice
help at all.
establishment.
Roll with disadvantage.
Ores are us.
No,
Ores are us.
Ugh.
okay. How about
Aster, I
this?
don't think you're helping the case.
I get a 12. I get a 12. Then there's charisma. I get a 12 plus 4. What do you want from me? 16.
How about 6 gold for 8 pounds of iron?
6 gold for 8 pounds. Well, still rather pricey. But I suppose that'll do. For now.
Okay.
I'll buy, I'll spend 12 gold. And
Okay.
gain 16 pounds of iron.
Okay. And you also wanted powdered carbon.
Yes.
That
Or charcoal.
he turns to you and he says, well, charcoal would be the simplest So, how about 10 pounds of charcoal for 2 gold?
10 pounds of charcoal for 2 gold. Okay, that's fair. I'll take 5 pounds of charcoal for 1 gold. Deal.
Deal.
No, I can only sell it at 2 gold for 10 pounds.
Damn it. I only sell in bulk.
I'm part of the Chinese market, don't you see? You either buy no rubber duckies or you buy 1,000.
All right. You give him the gold. Pleasure doing business.
Or is it home?
Thank you, Loxodon. We will be sure to send plenty business your way, even though your shop.
It is a great establishment. Don't mind him. Or are us best.
Okay.
I walk out.
I'll walk outside into the winter air.
Let's go to the northern home.
As you guys are leaving, this place is also near it's near the entrance where a similar place called Wayfinder was. And in the window, now there's warm light coming out of it. Blades are stocked up for purchase. There's a man there talking to a town's guard about purchasing a sword inside. And the town's guard leaves. And he walks outside. And then he proceeds to lean against his door. And then he sees you. And then he kind of gestured towards his swords.
Is there a purpose for the gesture?
He's basically, if you want to roll like insight, if you want to, he's
4.
You don't know why he's gesturing towards the swords.
I disregard him. Hey, Raditz.
Yes.
There was always this sword shop down there. And I was wondering if you could help me find a nice sword. You know, seeing as you're a blacksmith and like
Well, I could probably make you one. It wouldn't
you
take
could.
long. I mean, I currently have 33 pounds of iron with me and enough charcoal to turn all of that into steel. Plus,
Well,
I have a
just
fair
more-
amount of discarded onyx. I was planning
Well,
on
I
making
was-
some plates out of that.
Well, I was wondering about like just like making my current one better.
Well, that I can work on.
I pull
You
out
have
my,
anything in mind?
I pull out my like the great sword that I use in combat. Like, well, I was wondering if I could get like little I don't know, just like little upgrades to it. It's a great sword, so of course it's not super balanced, but I would like it to be a little more balanced. Just general things like that. Also, there's a magic shop nearby, and I sheathe my sword again, and I'm like, I want to see where that, takes me.
I understand that.
What is Cyphus and Ilphis and Astral doing?
Cyphus is not with you.
I've been here the entire time.
Cyphus is not with us.
Yeah, he started sitting down and doing like his whole ritual, and then you guys like left.
I thought we waited until he was done.
Well, if that's the way he told me, it was they left without him, or you guys left without him.
Okay, fair enough. Now I would notice that he is gone. Wait, where is Cyphus?
I don't know.
The boy.
Did we leave him behind?
Impossible. I thought he came out with us.
I haven't seen him for the past while. Yes, I think so.
This is not good. What if he got kidnapped?
I'm sure we'll be fine if we just retrace our step.
No, he has been kidnapped. Where is he?
No, I'm sure
He
he's
was
fine.
with us. He was with us when we went into the oil shop, was he not?
I
I'm
don't.
rolling another insight check.
I will roll the insight check.
Natural
to see
one.
if
He
I-
is inside the ore shop. The Loxodon has kidnapped him.
I don't think that's
I storm back into the ore shop.
Hello.
Where's our friend, you bastard? I know you have him in here. Where is Cyphus?
I'll come up behind Morak and tap him on his shoulder.
I'm gonna also do that as well.
Yes, Aster and Ilphus. What is going on?
I don't think he's
Uh,
in the ore shop at all.
I think we left him actually.
I
yeah.
think we left him, yes.
What
I
would you
propose. I mean, remember last time we were at that smaller town? He just kind of walked away, and me and Astor had to go find him?
No, I do not remember that.
Oh,
I do.
I also do.
Regardless. Yeah,
I
yeah.
was on 1 hit
he gets
point. I was about dead.
Alright, I'll take your order for that. And then I turn back to the Loxodon and point a finger at him and I'm like, but I'll be back. if do not
I
find him."
really don't think he did anything wrong.
Okay.
And then I walk outside.
It's like, I'm sorry. Sorry about this.
He's very
Um,
uptight about this man. And I'm gonna walk out quickly.
I'll roll charisma to hope he's not mad.
And then you close the door.
Dude, this Loxodon is actually brain damaged. Wait, is he Herb? But he took so many drugs he turned into an elephant?
I mean, I got a 15 for by the way.
So, where do you guys go now?
So you predict he is back at the church, right?
Yes, that is the
Right.
prediction.
Seems that way.
But I really want to go to the magic shop.
Well, here, how about this? You go to the magic shop, and me and Astor go back at the church.
That
It's
is
a very good plan. I agree with it.
Okay.
All right, just
Right.
don't get lost yourself, please.
Would you join me?
What? Who's joining what?
I'm asking Raditz if he would join me.
Oh, I thought you were asking Ilphus.
No, I said Raditz, will you
Oh,
join?
let's do the thing, but will you join me?
Cut out, sorry.
All good.
Yeah, I'll join you. I want to see what they got.
Alright, I also want to make sure I don't get something that you can't work. You know, say I get the talking sword, all of a sudden it's names and you can't take it, and it makes you sad. I don't want that.
So it just goes like, ow, ow, ow.
Fucking the sword's like annoying as shit, so I forged its mouth shut.
Exactly. Alright, we will meet back here in an hour.
Got it.
Alright,
Ow is a
let's
while.
start off towards the magic shop.
Okay. Now, let's real quick do the first group. So for the people walking back to the church to go pick up Cyphus, you re-enter the Cathedral of Tiana. You
Oh
walk...
no, he's just outside.
Oh, he's outside.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
You walk up to the Cathedral of Tiana, and you see standing outside, leaning against the wall, is Cyphus, kind of waiting.
Cyphus.
I'm gonna walk up to Cypher.
We're gonna walk
Ah,
walk up the
There you are.
We doing this again? Where
Uh.
we give you an inspirational speech and then you walk with us?
I was zoned out.
So,
Yeah, I
I
have two.
dude, you missed out on the best place. It's Ores R Us. It's you wouldn't even believe
Who's
it.
all right?
So many
Yeah.
Ores.
They sell
that's all
everything
that's-
for overpriced.
We're not with them, Raditz.
I know. I'm
He's
just saying
beyond.
they sell everything so expensive.
So,
I'm
had
not that
crazy
interested in
prices, but
ores.
They're just ores. I think Raditz was a bit upset, but I'm not sure why.
Well, let's get moving.
Right. Well, we have a whole hour per se. Morak wanted to meet back where by the magic shop in about an hour, so we walk around ourselves.
Sure, I don't mind.
I'm gonna look over at Astor. Hey, Astor, do you have anywhere else specific you'd like to go? I'm just kind of zonked, if that makes sense.
Same. Maybe I should go to. I don't. Maybe I should go to. Get this. I just summon sword.
Evan, you kept cutting out. I didn't hear a single damn thing you said.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I should get a blacksmith to look at this as I just summoned a quartz lung.
Maybe you should have Raditz, right? He's a blacksmith, right?
Wait a minute.
Have him look at that.
Wait. I need to go talk to Raditz. I go. I gotta go.
Well, okay. Bye.
I'm gonna. Bye. Be right back. I dash.
Okay.
I
so...
used the dash action
Okay.
to
I
dash.
cannot believe that I didn't. That I am
Alright.
dummy.
So,
Well then, Cyphus, I guess it's just you and me.
All right, let's get moving.
Cyphus
Did you
turns
want
into
to check
Venuru.
Orzaras out, perchance?
Or Zaras. So
Um,
much.
I don't think it's necessary.
Right. Maybe we could look around for other stores.
Sure.
All right, let's
Why
do
not?
that. All right, Carson, we're gonna do that.
Okay,
They're gonna do that.
now, Raditz and Morak,
Yes.
you begin walking to the Blevin Grease Wondrous Wares, the closest magic shop to you.
Hmm.
You see, there's a wonderful sign, and it has nice cursive writing of the same brand. You walk in, and you see this very slim Firbolg with very short, shaggy hair. He's currently, you see these mage hands kind of floating around him, and he is kind of gesturing with them, and he's gesturing towards this half elf with brown hair, a sword that is curved slightly, and it's like a deaf person talking to a not deaf person,
I gotcha.
and neither know sign language, or at least
Not
or-
a deaf person.
How did I mess it up? A deaf person talking to a person who doesn't understand sign language.
A person of deafness.
He's about as tall as Morak, and currently he's asking about a sword, or a possible enchantment to a sword. And the Firbolg is kind of trying to
Wait,
gesture something
one.
with these mage hands floating around him, and the Firbolg kind of just shrugs at him.
We should probably wait our turn.
And then he sees you two, and kind of, with one of the mage hands, gestures you two. He being...
Morak, I'm confused.
Me as well. I'm gonna roll insight on gesture. All right. 2.
He's calling you over.
Oh,
Oh, it's calling us. I walk on over.
You walk over, and...
Yes. Do you speak common by chance?
I do. Hello.
wow.
Oh, wait. Cyphus, you're here?
Nope.
Nope.
not Cyphus.
It's Aster.
Hello. Name's
Oh.
Davin. Welcome to the Path of Davin.
Welcome to the League of Dave.
What the heck? I'm so confused.
I am too. Wait. Hold on. Out of game. Are you playing
What
the,
the fuck
the
is
shopkeeper? Are you playing the shopkeeper?
This is the half elf speaking to you.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
David.
Wait. What's going on here?
Oh, are you the shop owner?
No, just a wanderer.
You see the Firbolg at that statement, like the mage hands fly in front of your face, and then kind of wave at you.
Hold on, Firbolg. I'm talking to this man. He's very interesting, by the way.
Why, thank you.
Where do you hail from?
Faraway land. Far from here. You, my friend? Where would you might be?
Oh, as far as I'm aware, I was born and raised here. At least I think my mother and father conceived me here. I can't be too sure. They both died in a war.
Do you get around much?
Quite a bit, actually. I just slayed a couple orcs outside Stellawol. The friend in need.
Ah, the adventurer life. Sounds like mine.
Oh, how many adventures have you been on?
Ah, countless. You would not believe my story.
I love this so much.
I'm like cringing. I can feel it in my face.
Your story, how do you mean?
Oh, well, it's a long story, but if you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't mind talking to you about it over a drink.
Question. When do I get here? I was dashing right.
I'm aware.
Were you Naruto running?
Probably.
He said he was dashing, right? So I mean, definitely.
You say over a drink. I say I'll
Of
take you up
course.
on that offer. Raditz, do you care to join us?
Well, Mark, we were here to find magic items.
Oh,
That is very right, we were.
well, you've come to the right place.
Did you spot anything of interest,
Did he?
Mr. Davin?
I mean, I believe so, since he's outside the magic shop, right?
No, you're inside talking to the Firbolg.
Oh.
Or at
Well,
least trying to, and the Firbolg.
I thought we were outside. Okay, we're inside.
The Firbolg's kind of throwing signs at you that you don't understand.
Gang
Well-
signs.
Well, this is the magic shop, but I'm looking for an enchantment here on my sword. And he pulls it out. Shing! It's like a big katana.
Edgy! He's a weirdo!
Sorry.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh.
I heard
No,
I heard
no.
it, and he pulls out his sword.
There it is.
I had to make the sound effect, dude.
Chonk.
Flips it around
Sure.
20 times. So this is my katana guy.
Touch here,
I'm looking for an enchantment here on my sword. But I
Oh.
can't quite understand the shopkeep.
Wait, so
If only
what?
we had
what
someone
the-
who could comprehend languages.
What enchantment are you trying to get?
Well, pretty much anything. I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. Whatever death wants for me.
Whatever death wants for you?
Yes, death.
You just hear Evan charging the door with his.
Like the wind.
I am confused.
By
What
his
do you mean
thighs.
death?
Oh,
I
well.
can't.
as you know, death follows people. And if you're not ready, you never will be. If you're gonna fucking laugh, just mute yourself. I don't want to hear it. fucker.
I see. So, is somebody trying to kill you?
Oh, to that I have no clue. Probably. I've killed a lot of people in my life. But I will say this. Death is inevitable. So. But my
Can
sword.
we not talk about death? It's just so weird.
Oh.
The mage hands just at this point fly all over the place.
Yeah, Firbolg, I wish I could understand you, but you're really not helping at all.
I'm
He
not
has a
one.
point.
Jesus Christ, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
and he
it's like-
died.
Thigh.
God damn it, Sky! Not this again.
Said it! He said it! He said the line!
It's by his thighs.
Say the line, Bart!
It was...
Death follows
Say the
people.
line.
Yay!
What has this devolved into?
I don't know.
I am tired beyond belief.
All right. Let's. I'm gonna server mute Ilphus and Aster.
Oh.
All right, it's just this conversation
All right.
now.
Alright, good. So, you come from a faraway land, you say.
I
Bring you
do.
here.
What brought me here, you say?
Yeah.
Uh, well, I'd like to explain, but while you would probably need a drink, I would need a smoke.
I understand. Well, it is nice meeting you. I'd like to take you up on the drink offer
Of course.
for the, magical items. Right,
Mhm.
Reddits?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, now I turn my attention to the fear.
Okay, the Fearbolg. Two of the mage hands clap together, and
Do you speak common?
the Fearbolg once again throws the signs and then stops. And then one of the mage hands goes under the table and pulls out a parchment, and one of them begins to write, "I am mute."
Are you a wizard?
Of sorts.
Can you not bring your voice back?
No.
Okay. What enchantments do you offer?
Depends on what you want.
I want something that will not hinder the sword from being upgraded.
Out of game, what do you want?
+5 sharpness.
Yeah, I think I want to.
+5 sharpness.
I think a grindstone would take care of that.
I think I
fairly
want a luck blade. I want to have the ability to wish.
Just.
I want a
+5
sword that does 100,000 damage.
My 10-point power sword.
I want to hit my 10 death power spike with my sword.
I want.
Power spike.
I want my sword to be able to invoke an elemental property.
Of what element?
Air. So like lightning.
I can do that.
For how much?
25 gold.
Done. I put a fucking bag of gold on the table.
One of the mage hands takes the bag of gold, opens it, and then he'll count with his hands.
I put all 25 in there.
And then 4 of the mage hands reach out, or all the mage hands all together reach out and kind of wait for you to place your blade.
Alright, I pull out my great sword that I normally use in battle, and then place it on the table.
The hands take it for you, and then they slowly carry it into the back room.
Oh, by the way, stranger, you ever seen a blade like this? And I pull out the executioner, and I'm like, cause yours is very unique too.
Ah, thank you. What do you call it?
This is an executioner sword. You use it to.
Executioners.
Yeah, you see how it has no tip? It's because it's never really meant to be used in battle. Although I do use it, but it's primarily just to chop the heads off people that are already dying.
Ah, sounds interesting. I like it.
If that's the case, seeing that it's an executioner's sword, maybe it would be beneficial to have it so you can kill things more easily, at least when, they're ready for death.
Are you saying you want to upgrade it, Raditz?
I have an idea in mind.
I trust you. I take off my sheath for it.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
basically I sheath it and then I hand it to Raditz.
Well, it might take some time, but with the
take
right
it back
materials,
and put it
I'm
back
sure I
on.
can do it.
I see. I see. Well, what kind of materials were you thinking of? A stranger, what are some of the best materials you know
Well, I'm not one of a blacksmith myself, but what is my sword made out of?
Steel.
Steel, I assume so. He'll resheath it. He'll unsheath it again. Steel. It's my personal favorite. I'll do a little bit of a flip with it and shield it again. Sheath it again, I should say.
of? I see. It seems lots of people like steel. So, like, Raditz, why is steel such a good metal?
Well, when purified and the impurities are removed, if you can manage to get a really fine steel, the metal itself can be molded into shape, and then afterwards can be bent without breaking. That's the value of it.
I see.
It's a sturdy,
Steel.
reliable metal.
Would you say steel is the best metal to use?
Not necessarily. Mithril and adamantine have their own values.
Mithril and adamantine. What are these two metals? Like, how do you get them?
They are highly expensive. I don't think. I think they're a little out of my pay grade, to be completely fair with you.
I don't think so. Look at this adventurer. I bet you have loads of cash. We'll be like that someday.
Well, cash isn't really my suit. All I need here is my father's blade and a bit of food.
Oh, I see. You're a man of simple but nice tastes.
Simple and at ease.
Understandable. Well, Raditz, I'm sure we'll get to the point where we're slaying dragons and taking whole hordes of treasure. So, at least I hope so.
Oh, well, I'm not slaying no dragons yet. Mostly just bandits and assassins.
Assassin, so somebody does want you dead.
Someone wanted my father dead. And they succeeded. But that's the story for when we grab a drink, so.
True enough. Say, Raditz, I don't really know too much about you, come to think of it.
So, what is there to know?
Your mic went to crap again.
Well, what is there to know? I mean,
Well, like, how did you become a blacksmith?
it was the profession of my, stepfather.
Stepfather. So your mother remarried?
Well, maybe not stepfather. Adopted father is, more appropriate.
I see. Well, that is nice. I'm glad you found a family similar to me, I guess you could say.
A piece of paper flies in front of you, Morik, and asks, "Is that all?"
Yes! I shout to the dude in the back of the store.
Flips around and it shows Raditz.
I'm out. I'ma head out. I'm not gonna talk to this deaf person. I don't know how.
Okay.
I don't know.
The Fearbolg nods. And then you'll see him begin to cast something, and these kind of letters made out of on the wood appear on the gosh dang it, what do you call
Are you
it?
talking about my sword, or are you talking about the table?
No, I'm talking about the table that a clerk uses.
A clerk uses?
Yeah.
I mean, you could just say like a counter.
A counter, yeah, that's what it was. The words, "Thank you for purchasing at Blevengree's Wondrous Wares."
Wait, you could write this whole time?
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
He wrote it on a piece of paper like, "Is that all?" Put it out in front of us.
I'm retarded. I misread it because, like, the way you were describing it was you were just like floating some mage hands in sign language.
At first,
I don't-
and then he reached under the table and pulled out a piece of paper.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
I can't read sign language, so.
Jokes on him. I can't read. No, I'm kidding.
Sure enough. So, do you want to retcon that you just walked outside and say,
Yeah, no, I walk outside.
All right. Is there anything else
Okay.
you'd like to do?
"Is my sword now enchanted?"
He. Are you gonna ask him that?
Yes. "Is my sword now enchanted?"
You see his eyes go wide, and he immediately shakes his head, and another piece of paper comes flying out, and it says, "It's gonna take me some time. I have to contact my enchanter."
"How long?"
A day or so.
Okay. "I will be back in a day, in possibly a day and a half. No later."
You get the OK sign.
Okay. You, adventurer, we must go get that drink now, yes?
Of course.
Alright. I'll go outside and join Raditz.
Okay.
Raditz.
Raditz.
Raditz?
Yes.
Care to go for that drink now and listen to the stranger's tales of adventure?
Sure. Yeah. Suppose
Sounds
so.
good.
Well, let's head to a bar.
The three of you begin to head to the bar in this snowy afternoon.
Dude, I'm gonna need to get a crate to keep all my fucking ores in. I'm just gonna like leave
and
the cart.
Aster are Aster then runs up to Raditz out of breath, and then Cyphus and Ilphus kind of stand awkwardly in front of the Church of Tiana.
Yes, Esther.
Esther, we made new friends. Say hello to true adventurer.
Hello.
adventurer.
Name's Davin. And
Hello,
he reaches out his hand to
David.
shake yours.
I will shake yours. My name is Aster. Aster Staff.
Aster Stav, I like your style.
Thank you. I like yours too.
His charisma penetrates me.
That's a little too sexual.
It's not though.
Who are your other
We're
two
talking-
friends over there?
You know, they're just. This is one guy. He's kind of edgy, but
The one with
you
the
know,
chain.
happy to meet him.
Cyphus. And then the other one standing next to him is Ilphus.
Ilphus and Cyphus aren't here yet. They're at the church.
No.
Oh.
He saw us. We're down the.
Oh, okay, I see.
You said that they're standing awkwardly, like, away.
No,
so-
I meant at the church because you guys didn't really decide where you were going because I stopped you.
Oh, hey guys.
God damn it.
Oh, then retcon that comment.
Um,
Aster, would you like to join us for a drink?
A drink.
Yes.
Yes. Let us have a drink.
okay. And as the four of you begin to set out to a tavern or a bar to learn of each other's stories, specifically the otter one, Cyphus and Ilphus begin to plan what their next move is into searching this town of anything interesting.
Anything interesting at all?
And that is where we'll end this very extended ending.
This is the director's cut.
This is the director's cut of end game.
Okay.
Sure
Who
enough.
are those guys sitting over there? Delete.
Why did you mention them? They weren't even near us.
I
delete.
was trying to end the game. I was like, oh, and these two guys are over there, and
Wait,
these
are
guys
we-
set
are
out
we
to the
streaming
bar.
this at the moment?
No.
No.
Alright, so...
I wanted to say tune in next time.
No, we're still streaming. That's why I said no, we haven't ended yet, but you didn't let me finish. All right.
Tune in next time.
So to the
Tune
eight-
in next time.
so,
On
so
Adventures
to-
of Venue.
Jesus Christ! Can the DM close out the goddamn stream? God damn.
No.
Perchance.
All right. You know what? I know what I'll do.
Now we're
I'm
taking
gonna
it.
mute everyone.
No, no, wait,
Run,
please.
run!
Oh no.
Except for Warwick, I trust him. Thank you for the 8 viewers coming to watch
I will
this
not be.
dead stream. And you can catch us again next Saturday, same time. I am currently working on uploading the VODs of the past streams on YouTube, but you can also catch them on Twitch. They do eventually fade away though, so limited time. Thank you, and we'll see you next weekend.
See you next weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.